gentlemen, welcome to the AEW Dynamite post-show here on the Joe Cronin Show. Yes, the JCS Army is in the chat. And they are hard as hell. Except for the women. The women are wet. What's up, everybody? Woo, that was hard. Poor Jay Lethal was a mess. I loved what a great ending match there. Great tribute match. I really enjoyed that part of the show. And the fans. We'll talk about how we felt about the rest of the show earlier before that, but I thought it was a nice tribute. Obviously, we're getting better and better reports going forward as we go forward about the girls. It was cool that they got to do this. I don't know what the rumors were about not being able to do things or being able to do them. I don't really understand still what exactly really happened there. I also don't know about this AEW live stream that was gonna happen. It's not. I don't see this stream that. Like earlier, Dave was telling me they were gonna do some 3-hour tribute on YouTube tonight, but I actually don't even see that. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Exactly. I have not seen or heard about that unless I'm crazy. Something could be going on. I don't know, but I don't see it. I'm not really sure. Click that like button and stick the thumb directly up my ass, brother. Jay and Mark did a great job. Of course, it's the other Jay and Mark, which I think that was kind of the point, but very cool, man. I'll be going over to Discord in a minute. I know we got Dave and Mustafa in there looking to get down and dirty on the Jay Briscoe tribute tonight. How's everybody doing in the chat? Hope you guys click that like button and stick the thumb way up there. Stick it way up there if you can, man. Just jam it all the way in there. Take a shitta, says Wing of Honor. Oh my God, Mr. Pico Boulevard, you scumbag. Oh, it's on the Ring of Honor channel? I didn't know that. Why didn't they advertise it on the show? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. But all around, not the best show all around. Before that, I will say that they had trouble there. Looking at the poll numbers right now with 205 votes coming in for AEW Dynamite tonight on Wednesday night. Amazing. 44% of you thought the show was amazing. 43% of you thought it was okay. 8% thought blah, and 4% thought terrible. So all in all, it's a thumbs up. About 88% of you gave this show a thumbs up tonight. So 88% of you guys thought it was a thumbs up. That's really good. I will get to the donations in a minute, and I will get to any super chats in a minute. And I also do want to say, if you want to become a member, in case we have to go to members only in the chat because of the troll bags, make sure you become a member, man. Like Mickey K9 there in the green with the Jake DeMarco photo. Or Chief Wahoo. So many others. It's time to plug New Age Plug, who's in the chat. Plug New Age's plug. And Mr. Pico Boulevard. Who else is a member? Man, what's up? Rastafa's here. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys all being here with us tonight for the tribute. Very cool tribute, man, and just thank God that those girls are doing better. That's really good news. Great for Mark Briscoe to do a tribute to his brother. Nailed the off-the-top rope through a table. You know, what you don't want to happen is one of these guys to get injured in this match. Like, that would be, imagine that. You're doing a tribute and then you break your leg. Like, that'd be the worst. So we are going to take, let me take a dono real quick, a donation very quickly, and then we'll come to the panel here in Discord.
Duncachino?
Duncachino.
Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
God damn, man. And listen, John Doe didn't even say anything. He was just dropping a $10 Duncachino donation. And you know what, John? When in the morning, before I go to work, and me and my wife buy a coffee each, it costs about that. So you just covered the Duncachino for tomorrow. Thank you, John Doe, for that, my friend, very much. Without my Duncachino, I could never sell siding and roofing. I couldn't sell siding, roofing, and windows without my Duncachino in the morning. Well, they don't really make a Duncachino anymore. I just drink black coffee, but Duncachino just sounds fun, so I say that. But I never even had a Duncachino. I've only had black coffee because I'm a man. No, I'm not really a man. I'm actually one of the girliest fucks you ever seen. Listen.
Because you got white guilt.
No, I don't have. I really don't have that. I don't have white guilt. I don't have white guilt.
We'll save that for another episode.
I have a tiny bit.
We're here to celebrate the life of Jay Briscoe.
That's right.
AKA them boys, AKA Sandy Folk versus everybody.
Reach for the sky.
Boy.
Honky. Sorry. So, the first thing I'll say is, terrible match. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. What's up? Rastafa, let's go to you first, man. Rastafa, what did you think of the night overall in AEW tonight?
It was weird because I didn't know, nobody really knew how the format would be in terms of where the matches would be placed. The main event could have been the first match, it could have been the middle match or whatever. But I don't think really anybody really cared from my point of view as far as, yes, it's just another week for AEW or this and that. And we got all these, shows that are coming up this week that are important. This tonight was just all about Jay Briscoe. Last week, unfortunately, it took a lot of time out of Tony Khan's schedule to basically tell WBD to just basically back off and let the Briscoe name.
Why'd you bring that up?
I had to. I mean, that's what's been going on the past week. What's been going on with this hearsay, she said, of this information.
You're being too kind on WBD, and I'm going to have to fucking interrupt you because the fact is that this opportunity lay, I should say, proper English terms, last week when it could have been addressed. What did Warner Brothers say? Oh, well, in 2013, 9 years ago, Jay Briscoe said something on Twitter because nobody says shit on Twitter, and oh my God, it offended 0.1% of the population.
Exactly.
Oh my God. And hate him or love him, Tony Khan wanted to give this guy his fucking proper recognition last week. Warner Brothers denied him.
Even before
Tony
that, even before
storm. I just want to just summarize by saying, but he stirred up a storm. He's like, I'm not going to fucking accept this. And the fans are going to accept this. And guess what, Warner Brothers? I'm bringing you guys money. So best what? You guys fucking smarten up and let us do this fucking tribute as we should have done last week when you fucked us over.
let me take you one. Wait, let me take you one further. Like even when they got signed to Ring of Honor contracts through AEW, and they wanted to be featured on TV, and Tony wanted them on AEW TV, especially when they were feuding with FTR, but they had to do promos at the, at the chicken farm.
Yep.
They could have did that then, but apparently WBD were just like, nope, we're gonna cancel you. Like,
he might have even been alive if they fucking allowed him on AEW, because Tuesday night he might have been flown in to fucking have to do the show the following day.
I don't think it would have been that. I think they probably would have done it the same way, like they would have done it tonight. Just wait a week because it was too soon.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, if he had been able to be on their TV, not just last week, but like, sooner than that, because.
Right after it happened, that would be the appropriate time.
I think Jesse's asked
the fans over.
No, I think Jesse's talking about that he was banned before this anyway, because it.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't give a flying fuck. Neither do the fans. The ones that support AEW and ROH, basically the same
and
company.
the Briscoe family in general. Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
I just thought maybe because he died on a Tuesday night, like if he was able to be
Benoit, and I still support Benoit. Okay.
No, I knew listen,
he
I knew the guy wouldn't have been there. The guy wasn't going to be there the day after. All right, his brother just died, and his fucking nieces are in the hospital. He wasn't going to be on TV the night after that.
And by the way,
it doesn't deny the opportunity for AEW to be like, holy shit, a fucking legend. This guy's a legend in ROH and the independents and stuff. Why deny the ability to at least acknowledge and recognize him?
Well, they did very little in terms of the commentary, but they
what's the tweet?
Absolutely 100% say it across the program like it should have been.
What's the tweet that he said that he said that they allowed same-sex marriage if that makes you happy? But that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I don't exactly like even somebody.
Did he say killed gay people? No, he didn't.
No,
I know that.
And by the way, just to clarify, a lot of the gay wrestlers that are actually in the industry, who, by the way, Jay Briscoe befriended and became very close with and very tight with, also on his own dime privately went to various different trainings and what do you call it, sensory trainings and various different things in order to
get his training.
Yes. So there you go.
Yeah, but he went through that rigmarole. He basically said he actually came out and apologized. It's like,
yes,
okay, so these tweets were old, but I apologize if I offended, blah, 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 blah.
And he kept doing it, by the way. He kept doing it even to the last day of his life. So, I mean, again, I'm just really ashamed at the network because, again, Tony had to literally go out of his way to basically say, guys, this is a serious situation. Okay, you may not fully appreciate wrestling, even though we are bringing you in views and money. You need to give us some stroke here because
look at what Hulk Hogan said, and look at how he was still allowed to be around things. But on top of that, it's just like they're trying to exploit it for something that it's not. Same with the Hogan stuff. They're trying to overblow it and stuff. Look, people say things in the past. Twitter is used for fucking talking shit. And it is what it is. I mean, like, the guy never fucking went out and bashed anybody, fucking hung them from a fucking tree or anything. Like,
but the difference with the Hogan thing is it was said in private.
Okay, fine. But regardless, is that the guy apologized profusely, and Rostov is all obviously,
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with the guy apologizing.
Bottom line is that these people are forced to bend over backwards, kowtow for this public opinion for a minority that really doesn't have much influence on things. Regardless, is that people don't view Jay Briscoe as this bigot or anything like that. They see him as a legend whose time was cut too short.
You know what's funny though is it is an interesting thing, right? Because I don't like to make a big deal out of this stuff, like especially last week because the guy's passed away and his family and everything. I mean, hell, we donated to their GoFundMe. But, like, the point is, like, even if I don't agree with someone, like, I'm not going to be like, let's end their life and let's end their money or let's shun anybody or whatever. I would never, ever, I think the opposite. I always think I want to kind of talk to that person.
Well, I'm of the opinion that people should be able to love who they want and they should be able to hate who they want. It's as simple as that. As long as you're not saying, let's genocide these people, you know what? You can hate me for whatever I am. My color, my background, my arrogance, whatever. But you should be allowed to hate me without anyone telling you you're not allowed to hate this person because they're so and so. No, fuck that shit. People deserve to have their beliefs, regardless. As long as you're not committing crimes or endorsing and fucking genocide, you're not doing anything wrong.
I think it was the shooting comment that made people upset. But what's funny to me though, because I have no issue with somebody going on Twitter and kind of exploding for a second. I don't have any problem with that.
Twitter's for fucking shit talking.
Right, exactly.
That's essentially what it is.
Exactly, that's what it is. He's shit talking. That's what I think too. But like, I am surprised that the AEW fans, who are a lot of them so supposedly woke and we're crazy or whatever, they had to go out there and cheer that, because I bet you a lot of those people probably want to cancel other people for less than what Jay tweeted out. So it's kind of funny that they're out there like, oh, but like you like I don't know, bro. Like I don't think Donald Trump has said anything worse than that. So like it is kind of funny, the double standard of those people. But we all try to look for the good in most people, and I support gay marriage, and it's not a pandering thing. I just don't have a problem with, I think two people love each other, go ahead and get married. It's not a big deal. If anything's a civil union, marriage, whatever it is, if anything's threatening the sanctity of marriage, it's the divorce rate. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Right.
You know what I mean? Like more than anything. So, and
the government's the one allowing that. It's just like government should be like, no, you're not allowed to get divorced. But we hate each other. Well, guess what? Figure it out.
And imagine, and if you took some of the things that I've said out of context, or took any kind of things that I said when I was angry, joking, or whatever, and you pin my whole life to that tweet, it's like that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? You don't really know, what somebody really, that just to hold someone that's that person forever is crazy. You don't do that, especially if you're a loving person, man. Like, no matter what you are, I don't know. And so I don't have a problem, and I love gay people, and I don't mind them getting married and all that other stuff, and I don't have a problem with that stuff. Jay Lethal was a wreck tonight. I mean, that poor bastard.
Dude, it was all over the match. Even during certain spots, he's just like,
see, I want to raise this, because this is something I made a note on, is that as soon as Briscoe, Mark, basically, like, the match is starting, they join their heads together. They say a few things. Jay Briscoe backs off. The guy is inconsolable.
Falling.
I mean, you can look at his eyes are fucking red. You can see the anguish in his eyes. And in fact, you saw the anguish in fucking multiple people's eyes, in the audience, with fucking Mark, with all these other, like when all the wrestlers came out in the end. Oh my God, they were on the verge. Like there were so many of them that were just holding it together barely, and you could see the anguish. But this was and I know we're going backwards here, but this was, I think, a great tribute to Jay. He would have wanted it this way.
Yeah, I just to echo off that. I mean, Jay and Mark wanted this match, as it was reported. They wanted this. So these guys came up with the idea, no different. And again, it's a poor comparison, but when Brett and Chris Benoit did the match for Owen back in '99, they wanted to do that match. It was only appropriate. And the fact of the matter is that all the stars align, and it happens to be Jay's birthday. Jay Briscoe's birthday.
That is probably something that, hit everyone even the hardest, because the fact is, it's like, this is the day that we're celebrating his life on his birthday after all this, and with all the stuff still going on with his family and stuff. Like, it's both tumultuous as well as like the perfect opportunity. What better way to recognize this guy than do a fucking match between his longtime partner as well as a longtime friend / adversary on his birthday? As bittersweet as it is, it couldn't have been more perfect.
And a network didn't want to showcase this. That was horrible.
And Tony Khan yet again proves how good he is. I've always supported him. In fact, I'm still going to get a hug from the guy. But the bottom line is, this guy put his reputation on the line and his money to tell Warner Brothers to go fuck themselves and to allow this to fucking take place. And he pushed for this big time.
Do you think he went against he just did this and said fuck it, or did he get approval?
He basically contacted themselves like, this is not going to stand. And like, if you force my hand, I'm going to like, again, the guy's got money. So if Warner Brothers wants to push him, he's got the money to push back.
But at the
Warner
end of the day,
Brothers realize, you know what? This is the guy who's bringing us money.
Yeah.
Best not to piss the guy off because, his dad has some big control.
Billions.
Do you think he went like big boy pants on them? You know, he was like,
again, for whoever calls him a mark, whatever. But guess what? This meant a lot to him, and it meant a lot to us. And the fact is that Tony stepped on and he said, Warner Brothers, I'm not going to deal with this. You fucked us over last week when we could have fucking cherished this guy and done a good thing. No, this time around, we're doing it, and we're doing it my way. And if you want to push, well, I'll push back.
And
Warner Brothers recognized where they were, and they said, you know what, Tony? We would rather not fight with you.
And think about this. Think about this also, guys. We had a full week of different tributes from different organizations from all around the world for this guy. I mean, again, we had it with, a number of different people over the years, but this was unique in a situation where it was a horrible accident, also involving his children, by the way. And out of nowhere, even though technically last week was technically a tribute, there were little things that they did throughout the program, like with the bands and in the commentary here and there. But the fact that a week later, even 8 days after the accident, it is still heavy.
Why? Because of one tweet from this guy from 9 years ago? That is the most frivolous and stupid thing. And again, it's right for fucking Warner Brothers to get fucked for this shit because they're the ones who prevented this from being recognized last week.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet if we went through every fucking thing Warner Brothers has ever said, like the employees, where we would find a massive amount of shit that.
Dude, Jim Cornette for the past couple days has been saying, oh my God, I want to figure out who's the name that said no, and I would put him on blast. And I'm like, oh God, I would pay ringside for that.
Yeah, I mean, this is what people have to do is stand up against woke people or people trying to cancel or authoritarian speech. Hey, man, I may not like a lot of things. You might even say something hateful, and I still want to give you your time of day. You know what I mean?
Your end in the chat says Jay was banned, but not his brother. But yeah, that's why they weren't able to get into AEW. You think it's
or
fake?
WWE?
You think it's fake?
Or WWE, even going back, even before the comment, John Laurinaitis, I'm not sure if you know this, Dave, but back when they were getting a tryout, they got a call about maybe a month or two later basically saying they weren't cosmetically pleasing. And this is back in 2009. Jeez. Right? And the next thing you know, they go to Japan, back to Japan. Ring of Honor has a resurgence, especially with the Bullet Club. And these guys are making bank on the indies no matter where they're going.
Wait, hold on. Rewind. Who said they weren't visually appealing?
John Laurinaitis.
People power.
Dude,
the guy that basically climbs mountains in Bahamas and has been to Epstein's Island?
That and also the fact that he is pretty much a how do you want to call it, a homewrecker.
Well, and he also, dude, he looks like a gigantic fucking what is it when they put he looks like one of a ventriloquist doll come to full size.
A dummy.
We got to give him the pencil deals.
You ever look at John Laurinaitis, man? Laryngitis? He looks like fucking a goddamn come to life, human-sized fucking puppet.
And this is Road Warrior Animal's brother, for crying out loud.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't this the same dude that related to one of the Road Warriors? And
yes.
he called the Briscoes unappealing? Bitch, please.
Dude, I think he was the tag team partner of Shane Douglas, and they were called the Dynamic Dudes.
Yes.
In WCW.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. You can tell by looking at him, man, that he's he should be a politician at this point. He's got that
he already is one. He probably will go for one, even though that they'll pull up his file and be like, okay, we're going to have a field day with him in the press.
I think that you look not visually appealing. I don't even know. He sounds retarded.
Cosmetically appealing.
Can you imagine him saying that?
Something that actually does sound like something that Vince would say.
Oh, you know what?
You're not visually appealing.
I'm going to send you the video of that comment that the Briscoes brought up in the promo. It's called Day One. It's from Ring of Honor from 11 years ago.
You know what, though? I don't.
Just a moment ago.
I don't necessarily want to bury a guy, this guy's dead now. Let's bury a guy who buried him. That's I don't want to do that.
No, but just for clarity.
To John Laurinaitis. By the way, my John Cena card is still available, everybody.
Hold on, what kind of card?
Well, I just want to plug the card again. If any rich people out there, the year is 2016, Topps Chrome. There's only one card that has a red border signature John Cena. The black border with 99 available sold for $90, and the one with 10, the silver border, there was only 10 cards. The silver border sold for $500 the other day, and this is the only red border, 1 of 1, John Cena, Topps 2016 card collection card. It was taken out of the pack and immediately placed into this protective case back in 2017 or 16 when I opened the box on my channel. And Leah, actually, my wife, pulled the John Cena card. This card is available.
You filmed that. You filmed her
yes.
with her fancy hands, the model hands, just like George Costanza.
She has piano
and
hands.
you filmed her, getting that out. I mean, that's a one-on-one card, right? That's the only one that exists, right?
It's the only one that exists.
You can basically name your price for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can estimate.
Like you're asking for it.
You can estimate that the card is worth around $1,000 to $3,000 probably. But for somebody somebody who may be rich, who really has to have this card, it's the only one. I have it. And if you're out there and you have a lot of money, Joe Cronin Show at yahoo.com, baby. Hit me up.
By the way, just sent you the video on Messenger.
Thank you. Let me go take a look at it.
Also, if you have Cody Rhodes' left shoe, I would like to talk.
Yes, Dan would like to talk. He has his right shoe.
Do you have a foot fetish?
No, I got one shoe at a show. And
okay.
Cody threw the other one.
Cool.
That is cool.
Cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got him to sign it.
Get it signed, though. If you can, get it signed.
I already got it signed. I got Cody to hold up the Joe Cronin Show sign for commentary.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right, you were stalking him outside. Yeah, I remember that.
No, I got backstage.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, photos or it didn't happen.
Joe.
Well, we got videos of it. We got a video of it. Dave, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
What? You didn't know this?
No. I do remember seeing him meeting Cody at the back in the concrete area and had the...
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
But I didn't know the extra details.
Take a look. That's him. That's him holding Cody's shoe. And
yeah, that's just... Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's a ringside.
Look at that pubic hair.
Yeah, I just remember seeing him outside.
How amazing is it, Dan, that you caught his shoe? You're hugging his shoe. He's choking you with some purple thing around your neck, and he's holding
purple choke.
How does it smell?
Purple choke.
And Cody Rhodes held the Joe Cronin Show for AEW commentary sign, and that's why they fired him.
You also talked to Cody in that interview. That was a cool interview.
And that was
talked about dogs and kids, and
that was a year before this, or 2 years before this too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Cody's a good guy. He's actually pretty cool. I
was just sent the link. Sorry, Joe. Sent the link of this video with the Briscoes. This is what I'm being told is what apparently got him in trouble or something. But there's the link in the this chat.
I had the screenshot of the gun comment and the gay comment. Like I have it.
I sent this and I thought I'd share it with you.
Is it different?
It's a video.
I'm also sharing the video.
It's a video. So.
Okay, let me take a look. I mean,
I
don't really
timestamp, so it might be on the dot. I don't know. I can't really watch it and pay attention to you at the same time.
It wasn't exactly.
This is what I'm being told. Is what he said.
Oh wait, it's not a tweet. It's not a tweet.
No. It's a video.
Oh.
It's a YouTube video, I believe.
Ring of Honor actually put it up though.
Well, this is what I'm being told, so I'm just letting you know.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really want to go over this on his tribute night.
This is from 11 years ago.
Yeah, I don't really love the idea of going over this on his tribute show. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'm just saying that this is for comparison. Is that if people, from what I'm being told, if people want to, address or at least acknowledge what he said, it doesn't seem to match up with what we're being told he said and so forth. So if you want to,
what did
understand,
what did he say?
I didn't listen to this clip.
This is a 7-minute clip.
Hey, again, it's probably the clip that got him in trouble or something. Or like that Warner Brothers looked at him like, oh, we don't like that, blah, blah. So.
Shit. Put in the second DVD, me versus Spanky. I got Spanky bleeding all over that bitch. I brought blood to Ring of Honor. I call him Spanky. Y'all might know him as Brian Kendrick, but I call him Spanky. I'm talking old school ROH.
Had that man leaking
huh?
over Philly.
Huh? I'm talking Murphy Wreck. Y'all boys know about the Murphy Rec Center. Huh? Back in the day, I remember seeing Abdullah the Butcher backstage at...
By the way, for the people that don't know what's going on right now, the guy that is talking is white, okay?
Murphy Rec sticking coins.
No, he's from the South. They're all the same. Black or white in the South, you're basically the same.
Now I'm sitting there thinking to myself, damn, that's pretty damn cool right there. All the scars on that man's head. I remember seeing Eddie Guerrero.
About Eddie.
Eddie Guerrero bring the IC title backstage to the Murphy Rec, break down in tears, raw emotion after his match with the SAT. Eddie Guerrero.
This reminds me of the night that I hung out with them, and he said, when we were talking about commentary, and he goes, talk it up, bro. That's what he said to me, talk it up. You make sure you talk it up tonight. That's what he said. Because I said, anything you should do as far as what's going on, whatever, and he just said, talk it up. Just talk them boys up. That's what he said.
Old school ROH. I remember when Roddy Strong had his tryout match in ROH. Edison, New Jersey. The same night I wrestled Samoa Joe in the main event in a steel cage match. Never forget it, boy.
Dude, his brother's in the background loading a gun.
Yes! I love it. Them boys.
Oh, man. I love it, bro. I mean, it's just too great.
Oh no, Joe! Did you see the video that I sent you a while ago? It's Mark Briscoe during Christmas
But I'm gonna
time,
tell you one thing.
and he's trying to
When we
sell
get to
you
New
his
York
teeth.
City,
Really?
that high
Dude, watch him cock this gun in the background while he's ranting.
I'll send it to you.
This video is so funny. Like, it's unbelievably hilarious.
time,
I'll send it to you.
7-time ROH Tag Team Champions in New York City. Boy, I tell you, man, it ain't gonna be nothing like that. Greatest high ever. We out this bitch eating Campbell's Chunky.
Yes, he always had a great way on the
I'm
mic.
drinking beer this time of night, this time of the evening. We out this bitch eating Campbell's Chunky. Huh? Shit. Like, we ain't taking this shit serious, man. This is the biggest match in our life. This four-way in New York City is the biggest tag team match in ROH history. History. That's why it's a must that the Briscoes win the tag team titles in New York in front of all them stupid-ass, unappreciative pieces of shit in New York. Y'all must have forgot we've been here since day one.
The Usos copied everything these guys do.
Right?
Won't be no damn ROH with your little message board, all that bullshit. Four-way dance, baby. You got the Briscoes, a.k.a. them boys, a.k.a. the pioneers of ROH, a.k.a. been here since day one, the Trailblazers. That's why we got to spearhead this company into the new chapter.
He's just so playing with the gun in the background, like he's just walking around like with the gun still, like, oh, put the gun here.
And boys.
Dude, it'd be funny as fuck if out of nowhere he started, like, sort of like grinding down a trident or something. You know?
Or a goblet.
Knife.
A knife, a big butcher knife or something.
You know, preparing a noose.
Oh,
you know.
Oh, Joe, you talk about a butcher knife. You're gonna love the Mark Briscoe promo. He pulls out a machete.
Oh my God, I love it. Let's go to the.
Someone reaching back for me, racing on the thunder, rising with the heat.
Donation.
It's gonna take a Superman to sweep me off my feet. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong and he's gotta be fast. He's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. And he's gotta be strong.
Good God, the Sandman is coming!
He's gotta be larger than life. Larger than life.
Soundwave 92.
I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Not a perfect wrestling show, but it was a perfect tribute show. Favorite match was Darby vs. Buddy, but the Acclaimed Therapy segment killed me. Hearing Reach for the Sky Boy really got to me, but hats off to the entire crew for honoring Jay Briscoe. Heart.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Briscoe stuff really caught me off guard here because
that was tough.
I didn't realize how how like weird it was to hear that, because it's like
even the audience, you could see that they were on a sort of breaking point.
They were falling
Like, a lot of
apart.
I
people
think we
were
took the
very emotional.
I took the Briscoes for granted for years, and I didn't think about
Yes,
it until
same.
recently. Like, you know what? We took them. I know I did. I took them for granted for years. Every once in a while, watched a Briscoe match, saw a Briscoe promo, enjoyed their tag team match or something out of nowhere. Didn't really talk them up a lot. And I feel like I severely, over the years, you know what I mean? I severely not underrated them, but I sort of undercovered them. And it was, now
It's so funny.
It's weird when you take something away. It's like, well, I mean, I did, there were times where I talked about, wow, did you see the Briscoes match the other night? But I never, not a lot of times was I live after something that they just did. It was more like, something good happened, but yeah, you all saw it. Oh yeah, I saw it too. Oh, well, anyway, I don't know what we're talking about tonight. Yeah, go ahead, Rostov.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, dude, this past weekend, just to get through the entire thing, because it was really ruining my week. His death. I literally
fuck
rewatched.
yourself.
What are you talking about, dude?
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, you're an asshole.
I know.
Oh, you just now noticing that they're out with
Dude, like I literally was watching a bunch of Briscoes matches, including a lot of Jay's singles run. The match that he had with Kevin Steen when he won the title for the first time was awesome. It was so good. And then another match that I thought was really good. It's like Full Metal Mayhem, or if you want to call it Without Honor match, where there's basically just no rules. It was him against Adam Cole for the title, and I think the finishing spot was through the thumbtacks or whatever. Great psychology. Even if you look back at old school Briscoe matches where it's just them being like, sort of kind of quote unquote, amateur sort of kind of athletes, like the match that they had with Kevin Steen and El Generico, like the ladder match in 07, which was like one of the best matches like that decade. So good. Especially the finish. I recommend that match too. And by the way,
good.
I was just gonna say also, Papa Briscoe, he knows how to cut a promo, dude. Holy God.
Yeah.
Their father was cutting great promos nonstop.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Before there was Senior Benjamin, there was Papa Briscoe. Oh man, but I did send that video of Mark Briscoe in the Christmas deal. You gotta pull that up. It is so funny. Please.
Yeah, but freaking dude, Tim Warner, they can kiss my ass. Dude, come on. Didn't bring it back for the past tweet. Come on.
What?
For the Warner company.
What about him?
I said, this is bullshit. Why didn't?
Oh yeah, I mean we already talked about it. I mean we're done with them. Screw them. But yeah, So basically, the video that I sent Joe, but it's in the Discord if anybody wants to check it out. But I also sent it directly. Basically, it's Mark Briscoe dressed for like Christmas time, and he's basically trying to be like almost like he's trying to be like a ghetto / like country version of Mr. Rogers. It's so funny. It is so fun. And by the way, there's a T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. It's basically what I want for this Christmas is my 3 front teeth. As a sweatshirt. So Dave, overall, I mean, did you know about the Briscoes? I mean, even before they came back into prominence, like especially like on TV, like going all the way back maybe 10, 15 years ago?
Yes.
Like, what was your earliest memories of the Briscoes?
Probably independent videos that I was watching online, like, I don't know, 2010s maybe.
Okay.
and seeing them in independent wrestling as well as ROH and stuff. I always liked their gimmick. I liked the way that they work. They are one of the best. Hold on, let me say this: they're one of the most entertaining
Yes.
tag teams of all time. Are they the most skilled? Are they the most competent? You could debate that.
It's debatable.
But the fact is that they've certainly, provided great shows. They're willing to take the hard hits, and they're willing to put on a great fucking match for the people. And that alone, I recognize from either ROH or independent wrestling videos that I found online. And I just like their gimmick. I like their style. I like this like Southern, good old, fashion boy doing their thing. And yeah, I just really, and guys that are more than willing to show up on camera without any teeth, they got nothing to fucking care for. Like, they're willing to fucking go all out. I mean, that's respectful, because
And by the way,
they're dedicated to their craft to the point that they're willing to fucking fuck themselves up.
and there was a promo that actually Jay made. So this is during the Hardy Boy feud, right? And Jay made a comment where it's like, all right, Hardy Boys, I didn't know you could cuss that much, like when they did a rebut. And then Mark, he's drinking purple Kool-Aid in the background. He's like, you know what I done with my teeth? I lost them on the battlefield. I heard this. You ain't heard no damn your broken teeth. Eat a carrot. Go eat a carrot. Go eat corn on the cob. It was so funny.
Joe, I'm being sent another clip, actually. Joe, you might want to play this, but I'm being sent another clip. And this clip is actually, if I can just go this. Okay, so Terry Funk ain't wear no mouthpiece. That's the title of the videos from ROH Wrestling and such. And it's a video of both of them, I guess, talking shit about Terry Funk. But Joe, play it up, I guess. I'm being sent this.
I also sent the video of the Christmas deal as well, just because it's a treat and a half. Like that, you want to talk about how Southern they are? Yeah, that will pretty much basically sum it all up.
But it's just, yeah, I mean, like, they're Southern as fuck, and they don't, they didn't give a fuck. They did their own thing, and people liked them for it. I mean,
his own title too. Like, a lot of people don't remember, but like, he made his own heavyweight title belt with the Dixie / American flag on it with the smoking skull. I mean, he practically did a Stone Cold, inadvertently, and just did it because that's just who he was, even in his singles run. But a lot of people also forget, like, his matches that he had with his own brother Mark. Like, don't just the match on the farm. Like, look at some of the early work. Like, they were beating the crap out of each other, and it looked great. And you know what? And I thought about this too, Dave. And again, they're not quite like the Dudley Boys, but if there was to be a new generation of talent that were to be, going balls out every night, no matter if it was on TV, on a pay-per-view, or just independently somewhere around the world, they gave you that type of quality in terms of that.
Just like FDR. They fucking go all out. They're willing to hurt themselves to give people a good match.
Right. And I think honestly, and I'll say this right now, the Briscoe brothers are the greatest tag team in the history of Ring of Honor, bar none.
Oh yeah, dude.
In Ring of Honor, yes. In Ring of Honor, they are probably the best team, the best tag team that ever came from them. Simple fact.
But,
yeah, and also, I mean, their resume speaks for themselves. I mean, these guys also. You think about this: when they went to Japan, they were teenagers. That doesn't happen. And then also they go back to Japan for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they're wrestling legends. And I think they even won a 6-man tag title over there as well. And so they made their mark overseas. And it wasn't just Japan. They went to Britain. I believe they also went to Mexico. So they did a lot of grounding all around the world. And the fact that, I mean, even now, I mean, like the pledge or the donations that they've raised right now is a little over $315,000, I think. And God only knows how much they're making on the T-shirts, which is probably in the 6 or 7 figures by now.
All those, by the way, all those shirts that are being sold, 100% of profits are going to
the family,
family and stuff. And again, whenever you print shirts on the internet, you're making a loss. That's a simple fact. You can't make money off shirts. And Tony Khan is still saying, fuck that shit. Let's sell these shirts and let's give all the money, even if I'm taking a loss and I'm in the red, I'm still going to get all this money to this family. And on top of that, if you take a look at the donations, Tony Khan's been fucking hitting them hard with the fucking donations to the family.
And by the way, shout out to the organizers.
Fuck anyone that hates Tony Khan. I love you, Tony.
Yeah, right. Shout out to the organizers of that fundraiser, because the thing is, like, these guys are not doing it. I mean, they already have their own nonprofit that they do over in Delaware, but these guys are really honing like the messages in terms of how the girls are doing, how the family's doing. They first announced Mark Briscoe's comments, which was basically his comment because he's faithful. God is on the throne. That was his first and only comment that he made. And by the way, when he looked into the camera at the end of the show and he said, "Keep your head up," dude, I felt so good, just and relieved, because it was coming from him, A, and B, that family is so strong as people.
Oh, and he was barely holding it together when he was talking to the camera. That was fucking tough to watch.
Yeah.
Man. That was not easy at all.
And by the way, you know, because remember, he also has his own family too. He's got like 6 kids, I think, or something like that. And he's holding it as best he can. And again, he's now the matriarch of his brother tag team going forward. You know, again, who cares about what happens with the titles or not? The fact that he's happy and he's healthy and he's safe and the family is doing good. And again, this family is now going to be like the family of the year when it comes to, like, you know, whatever you need, just like Brody.
And Joe's showing a photo of, like, it's cycling, but a photo of basically almost instantly after Mark talks to was it Lethal? And you can see the anguish in his face. I don't know if you want to pause it on that one, but look at the graphics that are currently cycling on the video, and you'll see Jay Lethal right after that, the anguish, and that, you know, he continues to do the match, and then they put on this great match, but you can see that this guy is hurting big time inside. As you saw with Mark, they're hurting big, but they had to pull it together to put this match off, and it fucking, I mean, you could see this in the audience. Everyone was standing.
Yeah, to me, it was one of the biggest. It was one of the biggest things as far as, you know, doing what was right, not just for the business, but what was right for the family. I mean, the fact that Mark,
for the wrestlers, because again, a lot of the time people pass off and they don't pass, you know, away, and they're not recognized appropriately, and the talent isn't too pleased that they're not recognized. You could see that everyone, especially at the end, was very bittersweet about it. It was a bittersweet event, but they were happy that this occurred because it was a proper tribute to somebody that gave so much to the industry.
Yeah, and people in the chat I've been watching all night, and don't think I haven't seen these comments where they're saying, "Oh, this guy's not a legend,or are you calling him a legend?" Yes, he is, and let me say why.
Me?
Let me say why.
They are the best. Was it Dan that said they were the best ROH champion, tag champion?
No. It's just somebody in the chat trying to be smart. Let me tell you why they're legends.
Don't give them the time of day, man.
No. I'm going to say this right now. These guys, do you know how many tag teams have stolen moves from the Briscoes over the past 20 years and also been featuring it on WWE and NJPW TV alone? Yeah. These guys have influenced tag teams and singles wrestlers for over 20 years. These guys also, behind the scenes, gentlemen. Dude, they would hang out with the fans after the shows, drinking beers or going after 7-Eleven and just hanging out because it was 24/7, just to show appreciation for their fans. Yes, they are legends. They are that good.
And look at, you know what? You if anyone doubts that, watch that match between FTR and fucking the Briscoes, and how
all 3 of them.
The Briscoes won, won the ROH tag titles. That's probably one of their best matches ever.
Yeah,
as well as FTR's one of FTR's best matches ever.
I will say this right now, and I'll put on everything that is good in nature. That's probably one of the best top 5 tag team matches I've ever seen as a fan. Dude. For me, and I've seen a lot of great tag matches.
Dude, even on WWE wanted on the Briscoes.
I mean, for me, for me, tag team wrestling is not just about gimmicks and you know what type of gimmick matches you're in. It's literally the heart and the soul. It's like, you know, the old saying goes, you leave it all on the field, and they always did that. And the fact that the FTR, who I would probably say right now, those are probably, as of this point, their greatest opponents. They would probably disagree, but I would say FTR, Briscoes, great rivalry, and the build-up. Dave, let's talk about the build-up.
What about Briscoes and Hardy?
That's another one.
It's another one, but the thing is,
we're talking. Says go watch Fight at the Farm. I don't think I've seen that. Have you guys?
Oh yeah, the singles match that they had on the farm. Yeah, it's great. It's great, and that was during COVID. You know, that was during the time where everybody was locked down, and they're like, okay, what can we do for television? And it's like, let's fight on the farm, and it worked. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Well, let me tell you something, dude. Let's get to the donations now, brother, because there's a couple waiting. By the way, earlier tonight, I made up with Tommy NC 2010, and we have a little bit of a clip of it, dude. Courtesy of the... Allison... Takwab. $4.99.
Super chat.
Coming in with a $4.99 super chat party. Allison Tuckwab, thank you. We're celebrating the Briscoes tonight, and poor Jay Lethal, who was up in tears, man, in that whole match. He was broken up. Oh, whoa!
Up in space.
Holy shit! The Uso penetration!
Kinda happening, strange kinda happening, things are kinda happening. What the fuck is happening? Aliens, extraterrestrials, they gave me a shot. Nanotechnology. I'm not me. You're not you. La la la. La la la. I'm fucking crazy, split personality,
Skunk D McFug face.
Fuck yeah.
The fucking retard.
It broke Joe.
Oh my god.
Joe, are you okay?
I don't know if I love J-Rod or I want to mute him. I'm not sure which one. He laughs like when Arnold retardedly like like that. You know what I'm talking about? Allison.
Well, you've heard me laugh.
Yeah, girl.
I love you, Joe.
Oh, I love you too. It's okay. Allison Tuckwab with the $49.99 defeats Soundwave 92 and kicks him off there.
You raised a piece of shit.
Thank you, Allison.
Also, that MJF promo before the main event were called Regal Ellen DeGeneres on meth. That was some gold.
Oh my
But
god.
I agree with you all that Warner are a batch of bitches. Not getting the Briscoes on the air because of tweets from a decade ago is weak shit.
Yeah, listen, the tweets, you know, the things they said, I understand, like, I just don't, you know, someone passed, you know, I don't know, it's hard to say, I get it.
Man.
You know, when you say that, hey, man, you teach my kids about gays, I'll shoot you, you know, like, it's kind of like a hard, I get it, but it's, I took it as this, I take it as, like, people are not, you know, they were raised in a small town and around religion and stuff like that, you know, they don't understand, you know, and change really terrifies those people. So they go crazy about, you know, the God and religion and stuff like that. Listen, I get it. It's like the people up in Washington in Antifa. They're all brainwashed. Same sort of thing. So, you know, if one of them got killed by something and they left their family behind, I would want to, you know, I wouldn't hold a grudge either, you know, because people say, I don't know, man, I forgive people. Whatever. I don't know that
There's something going
oh my God!
Space.
Tony Khan went and told WB to suck it tonight.
Things are kinda happening. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Aliens, extraterrestrials. They gave me a shot. nanotechnology. I'm not me. You're not you. La la la. I'm fucking crazy. Split personality. Scott McKinnon. La 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 la. Allison Tugwab.
Tugwab.
Yeah.
By the way,
Appreciate
Twitter is filling up with tons of recognition of tonight's episode of AEW. Sami Zayn just tweeted out tears in big capital letters to the tweet made out by All Elite Wrestling saying thank you, hashtag Jay Briscoe.
He probably loved Jay. You know, no, Sami Zayn's on fire.
Arabian. He's just Syrian or Lebanese, whatever.
Oh, okay.
They got a lot of history, those two. They really do. I mean, the classic matches they had in mid 2000s, but even before that, like, you know, them sharing locker rooms, you know, overseas and just trying to be the, you know, the best that they could be as far as workers go. And they pushed each other to be who they were. And I hope that Kevin Owens actually wears the J band in the main event at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll bring him back.
That'll be allowed, but.
Well, I mean, he wore it for the past, like, 2 episodes of TV, so you might as well do it again.
Is Kevin Owens match the last match at the Rumble? I thought it was going to be the actual Rumble.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday night.
Fuck that.
You're not gonna watch the Rumble?
Fuck no.
What?
You don't want to see them to dust off some mid carders from.
We're gonna have
and bring back some women that were featured.
I feel dirty and violated just even discussing.
We're gonna have 10,000 people in here. It's gonna be a big party at the Rumble.
Oh, but Joe, I sent you also, like I said, the video. It's in Discord.
Watch it try.
What was that?
The video I sent you. It's in Discord and it's also on Messenger.
Oh, okay. There's another video.
You'll see it. It's him wearing a sweater.
It's him wearing a sweater. It's who wearing a sweater?
Mark Briscoe.
Oh boy, is it like
a sweater with actual both sleeves? Really?
Is it like Shannon Sharp's sweater?
Yeah, literally from Tiffany's, if you will.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. You want to have a breakfast at Tiffany's, brother?
A royal grundle. So, gentlemen, shall we start from the beginning of the match? I mean, we went straight to the end, but
beginning of the match, beginning
of the show. My apologies. I made a mistake there.
Okay.
Why don't we just start backwards? We started with the main event. We'll go to the match before the main event and work our way up to the first match.
From the beginning. That's how it goes.
Yeah. So we started off with Le Sex Gods taking on
is that what they call themselves?
Le Sex Gods.
Yeah.
Is there any room for that name to change?
Action Andretti and Ricky Starks. I thought this match was good, to be quite honest.
It was solid. It for me, obviously, because, you know, everything that's been happening with, you know, the Briscoe family. I mean, I was just trying to just enjoy the show for what it was.
Oh my god.
This match was cool. I didn't mind it. A lot of great spots and everything like that. Obviously, they're really trying to break in the new guy, and still a long way to go for him. But Ricky Starks, you know, they're still keeping him in the contention of trying to, you know, push him up, push him forward, and
They did a good job with the match.
Push him back.
To be quite honest, I think in fact they pushed both of them quite well. Action Andretti came out of nowhere. Jericho put him over and stuff. The guy was fucking incredible in that match against Jericho. And you know what? I look forward to seeing more of the guy.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to this. Oh, I mean this.
Fat cells in your brain, then I
had the wrong timestamp. Fuck, bro.
What's wrong with you?
Oh wait, I mean, that is a fucking weird thing to say. Oh no, man! I tried to isolate Luke from last night. Oh man, my bad. I fucked it up. Continue.
Okay, do that all the time. You want to take it from here, Dave?
All right, fine. Well, Joe's doing that. Yeah. So first match, Action Andretti versus Ricky Starks. Versus Jericho and Sammy Guevara with Daniel Garcia in the corner. I enjoyed the match you know, it was fairly, in my opinion, high action and such. And in the end, basically, it was Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara who did win. But overall, I thought that the match was, first of all, a good starter for the show. And it was actually quite action packed.
Did you notice something about Excalibur tonight? How he was just like stumbling and fumbling all across, like, you know, different parts of the show?
No, because I had to have it muted because I was still streaming at that point.
Got it.
So what
Yeah.
what can you tell us about this fumbling? I'd love to learn
Well,
more.
basically, there was just a lot of points where he was just like pausing and he didn't know, like, oh, is this actually coming up next? Or he was like guessing throughout
That's
the entire.
what's odd about Excalibur. He's usually on the ball with this shit.
Yeah, I guess tonight was an off night for him, apparently.
Yeah, it was tough for everybody.
Yeah, but under these circumstances, you could say, oh, maybe it's because of the feel of the show, because of, you know, Jay Briscoe. But the thing is, normally Excalibur is on the money. Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about him as far as his ability to commentate, but when he's trying to get something out there, he gets it out there.
Yeah, I can't. No, I can't imagine what Tony Khan was. He probably.
Okay. Oh my God, my notes here. I'm all over the place here because I got so much stuff here.
But Tony Khan probably was crying a lot. Shit.
Was there a segment before the next match, Dave? If I can just recall, because I'm sorry, my notes are just like scattered here.
Dude, what happened to Warlow?
Hold on, slow down. You were talking about the next match, right?
Yes.
All right. Well,
good job, Excalibur.
Sorry, well, not what? Hold on.
Oh, I was just saying, good job, Excalibur. You know what I mean? And what's up? Luke Rojas is here, everybody. Hey, Luke.
Said I wanted to fuck a child. Yeah, I'll still do it.
Oh.
Oh God.
All right, we're gonna have to get rid of you.
He waited 10 minutes just to get that to work.
We'll just get you out of here, Luke.
All right. So after the match, we had a small video tribute to Jay Briscoe. That was actually very nice. You got to see quite a lot about his previous matches and so forth.
That was nice. Yeah.
That was a good way to prepare what we were gonna see later on.
They showed his family. They showed him in a little video with his daughter,
with the kids, like going to like just appearing with kids and stuff, at like schools and all that sort of thing. Like that was, they provided a very nice array of all the different things that he did.
Yeah.
So this match was the TNT Championship on the line between Darby Allin with Sting in his corner and Buddy Matthews with Julia Hart in his corner.
This match was kind of weird for me because knowing that Darby was working the leg because, like, you know, he just competed on the weekend and, you know, like what's going to be like the match that's really going to break him or at least going to challenge him the most. And we found out later, but go ahead with the match. We can go through it.
This is the only match I missed tonight. So I'm interested to know how this went because I was going to rewatch it because I missed this part.
Like a lot of people were talking about this while I was even doing my stream. It's like, holy shit, fucking Darby Allin's getting his ass kicked by Buddy Allen.
Oh,
Buddy Matthews. But yeah.
Oh wait, I did see this match. No, I thought. No, I'm sorry, I did see this match. This was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was a great match. Actually, it was a fucking great match.
Yeah, Darby's just been
Darby got his ass kicked, but he won.
Yeah,
right. That's why it was probably a little bit weird for me because he's just like he's been having all these great matches, and it's just like him working hurt. It's been a while since I've actually seen a match where he actually, you know, worked the leg or worked an arm if he was injured or something like that. So just because he's been fine for a while. So.
I wasn't thinking it was Buddy Matthews he was wrestling. That's why I was so out of it. I don't know why.
Buddy Matthews actually did quite well. I really enjoyed it, and I actually thought he may have, you know, potentially gotten the upper hand. But, you know, obviously understanding that they want to continue to push Darby Allin, he would win it and obviously continue to hold the title. But this was for the TNT title, championship title, and I think this match was fucking great.
I mean, the House of Black showed up in this match.
This was the match of the night for most people.
Yeah, House of Black shows up, and then Sting, of course, with his baseball bat, and then they just start cleaning house and basically just, you know, send him to the back, and then we go in towards like the coffin drop. But by the way, the finish of the match, I thought was actually kind of cool. Was Buddy was on the ropes and basically hanging, and then Darby just comes off the top with the coffin drop. And it was a unique way to finish the match. And just the way that he pinned him, he just looked so exhausted because it looked like he was exhausted. So,
but the match ends with Darby being interviewed by Shivani, and then Samoa Joe appears on the screen.
And he calls himself the king of television, and he basically says he'll punish him basically because of what he felt was stolen from him. And we are going to be getting a match with them next week.
Yeah.
He calls himself the king has spoken, he says.
That match should be brutal, knowing how Samoa Joe works.
I believe it's a no DQ match, right?
Last I checked, yeah.
Yeah, it's like no, yeah, it's no rules. So it's basically a fight. So this is going to be really, really interesting, actually.
Yeah, somebody's going to get injured.
Well, most likely it's going to be Darby.
Yeah.
Now the next
you know, I just figured who J-Rod reminds me of. You remember in the Adam Sandler movies where there's like the guy, the retard guy in the back who's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking that guy. You know what I'm talking about? Remember in Grandma's, you know, like he's like like that guy. That's J-Rod.
Oh God. Well, before we get to the next match, there was a video package when we came back from break, and it was for Adam Cole, and he's saying that he doesn't know when he's going to come back, even though at the ending shot you see a flyer for AEW Revolution, which is in February.
Excellent, baby.
In the love month, February.
Yes.
Well,
continue, Dave.
I prefer that Adam over the other one. So there's that.
Wait, what?
Adam Cole, Adam Page.
Oh yeah.
You know, I prefer Cole over Page. Simple.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that one, Dave.
Makes sense.
Well, they should, because every fucking promo that Page has done is just so fucking awkward.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't get behind a gay cowboy like that.
Well, you know, he wears shirts that have featured Dolly Parton. I mean, if anything, he would be a gay cowboy.
I don't like his. See, I don't like Sonny Kiss could do a promo, and I'd be like, that makes sense. But when Adam Page does a promo, it's like,
Kiss is
what?
more masculine than fucking Adam Cole.
That's what I'm saying. Like Sonny Kiss feels like an authentic person.
Page, whatever. Too many Adams.
Yeah, no, Adam Cole's great, but Adam Page. Yeah. No, see when Sonny
Cole is good, Page is bad.
When Sonny Kiss cuts a promo, I believe that's Sonny Kiss. But when Adam Page cuts a promo, I'm like, what is this guy? Do you know what I mean? Like it's
anytime that Sonny Kiss, you know, does a promo, I mean, I would honestly believe that the guy would fuck it, or girl, or whatever he wants to call himself this week. He'll claw your eyes out. He'll fucking like go full out fucking drag queen bitch and fucking like just scratch you the fuck up, and you know, it's something maybe you don't want to fucking deal with.
Yeah, like it's
maybe, you know what? I want to see him versus fucking who's the big tranny in AEW?
Nyla Rose.
There we go. Yeah, I would like to see him or her, Sonny Kiss, whatever. You know what? I prefer Sonny Kiss over fucking Nyla Rose. Simple fact, you know? So let's have a nice transgender match. It'll be the first. Tony Khan, I know you're listening. Make this happen. Make this fucking happen.
You know, if I type in Sonny Kiss promo, like I don't know if it's because I'm the one
better
searching.
on the mic than, or she or whatever is better on the mic than fucking Nyla Rose is. Simple fact.
Yep, Sonny, and I believe Sonny Kiss still said you could say he or she, and you don't care. And I go back and forth, but I think Sonny Kiss.
It seems like Sonny Kiss doesn't give a fuck. It's like she, he. I don't give a fuck. Like do it. So you know that's respectful, but what's that?
Well, like I'm saying, what happened to Sonny Kiss?
Yeah, I mean they.
What happened to Sonny Kiss?
Sonny Kiss is just in the company so they can say we like gay people.
No, because I was.
You're listening.
Now I don't agree with that.
We're covering all their bases.
I would use Sonny Kiss.
We got the blacks, we got the gays, we got the Jews.
I would actually use Sonny Kiss if I was them, but they don't do that.
For a good fight with Jim Cornette, they should be utilizing Sonny Kiss more, to be quite honest.
The more I hear from real Joe Cronin fans, The more I feel like they're ICP fans, don't want them in my life. What does SJW mean in caveman speak? Jim Cornette didn't even know what SJW means.
Yeah, but he sure knows how to cuck out his own wife, so that is kind of confusing.
There you go.
That's basically what a SJW would do.
Well, I don't know why I found this old Jim Cornette quote, but hey.
It's funny to make fun of this fucking Carney, because again, his name should not be Jim Cornette. It should be Jim Carney. The guy is a fucking carny.
What he is a fucking pickle licker.
Oh my god.
Well, that probably too. I mean, no. The fact is, the guy's a cuck. So after he sees a guy fuck his wife, he wants to suck that guy's dick. Simple fact.
All right, let's move on to the next match.
Let's move on.
I would fuck Sonny Kiss.
match.
I'm just saying, if I could I had to fuck a guy and go gay, I would have sex with Sonny Kiss. Just letting you know. Okay, go ahead.
Jungle Hook taking on the.
Whoa! What'd you? Oh, okay. That's the name of the thing.
Whoa,
Okay. I thought you were talking about Sonny Kiss. Go ahead.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
The word didn't start with an N, so relax.
Okay.
But yeah, Ethan Page and Matt Hardy, again, a very strange duo.
Two boring people tagging
Jungle
together.
Hook, which is Jungle Boy, aka Perry, and Hook. Yeah.
Yeah, the match was decent. I mean, again, Hook
wasn't bad.
Yeah, again, I love it. Like, dude, again, he's not quite like his father Taz, but when he ever does a suplex, it's always enjoyable to watch.
What's Taz's last name?
It's just Taz.
Some stupid Italian thing.
No, I thought he was Latino.
Italian?
No, he's like, it's gonna be like Gizzarelli or some shit. You know, it's some fucking
Gizzarelli
greasy fucking thing like Gizzarelli or Goozierelli or Rizzy Towel.
No, even better. This is his actual name, Peter Senercia. That's Taz's name, Peter Senercia.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, no wonder he changed his name to Taz.
Yeah.
So, Hook. What is his last name going to be? Line and Sinker
or Senercia? Go ahead.
Senercia.
Whatever. It's a fucking meatball. Hey, you're about 5 foot tall and you're fucking retarded. Like, I'm sorry. Give me a fucking cup of coffee.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Hook's name's actually Tyler.
Yeah, he looks like a Tyler.
His father's name is Peter, and he names his child Tyler, but now he calls him Hook. Okay.
Yeah, probably should have called him Slade or something. You know, just to give him some kind of edge. You know what? Imagine if he named his kid Pokemon. That'd be funny. What's your kid's name?
Charmeleon.
Pokemon. Pokemon. What's it? What? Wow.
And Hook is 23 years old. Oh my God. Fuck you, Hook.
He's a young buck.
He certainly is, but
you know, I think I looked like Hook when I was that young.
I like Hook.
Yeah. I believe we go to Backstage and we have Family Therapy.
Which was which was a little WWE at first.
Guys, so I can't comment on this.
Okay, so the Acclaimed are with the quote-unquote Gun Club, or the Ass Boys, for those of you keeping score, with Daddy Ass.
They shouldn't be allowed to say gun.
The argument is that the Gun Club is jealous that their father is not in their corner, and the fact they're constantly hanging out with the Acclaimed all the time, and the Acclaimed are basically saying, you guys are always in our way, you guys are flat out annoying as hell. And basically the Gun Club just says, all we want to make us happy are those titles. So basically we're getting a future tag team title shot between these guys, and most likely it's going to be a Revolution.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
When Revolution is in February, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Then we come back from commercial, and it's Hangman Page backstage with Renee Paquette, who basically asks, you know, you gave me a vague answer last week of really what you want to do going forward. What is it that you really want to do? And Hangman basically says, I want to knock out Jon Moxley. So next week, we're getting a match between Jon Moxley and Hangman. But however, Yuta comes into the fold and says, okay, John is not here tonight, even though I'll accept on his behalf. However, though, let's battle out on Rampage this Friday.
And no one will watch that.
God. Yeah,
I will.
I actually wouldn't mind watching.
I left the room when I saw Yuta. I don't know why, bro, but Wheelie Yuta on the screen makes me want to go to bed.
You hate the slants then?
No, it's
you don't
not
like
that.
the chinky eyes.
No, it's not
How
that.
dare you? The
It's
guy's
not
fucking
that.
awesome. I love Yuta.
He probably smells like coffee, but here's the thing. It's because
Like
he just bores me. I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't care what anyone says
Great in
about
the
him.
ring.
I know. I don't care what anybody says about him, and I don't care what he says about anybody else. He's good in the ring, and that's about it. That's it.
Well,
he's,
moving on.
He's Dean Malenko.
Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have his own school where he gypped people like Jericho out of $1,000. So, you guys ever heard that story? Dean Malenko fucked Jericho over $1,000
Really?
when he. Jericho signed up to his school. He paid $1,000, and Malenko never honored that.
Well, they remain friends anyway, and they always had great matches.
No,
but
they're still very cool. But I mean, I just remember hearing this on one of Jericho's streams. It's like, I paid this money to fucking Malenko, and I never honored that. And,
no. It's funny enough. Brian Danielson actually did the same thing. He sent his money in for the school, but then the school closed, and he lost his money.
No.
Yeah,
and then he went to Shawn
fucking
Michaels.
Malenko owes them all.
Do you remember
So,
when
yeah.
The Undertaker has a story like that? Remember that? He went to the first guy to train him, and he showed up.
Like $2,000 down
Yeah.
the toilet.
And the guy just took off.
Yeah, but he took the dogs, though.
He took the dogs, yeah. It's a fucking funny story. He told that on several times on Rogan once.
And here's a rule of thumb. X-Pac was actually trained by the Malenko family, and he actually got his training for free. Because he would help out the Malenko families do, like, spot shows, basically. But at any rate,
I think it was just bad luck, bad timing. Malenko gave up on it right as Jericho. I think that he got – because he did legitimately train a bunch of other people, so it's just bad luck for Jericho.
Brian Cage and American Dragon, Brian Danielson.
Well, guess what? If Malenko ever – I'm sorry.
Right before that,
Yep.
Cage goes backstage with Paquette, and they have the little promo there.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And now take your bets. If Dean Malenko, God forbid, ever gets renal cancer, if Jericho will ever donate to his GoFundMe, and he'll donate, he'll donate $1,000. That's it. Instead of instead of his normal 15,000 or 20,000, he just donates $1,000.
That's all you're getting, Malenko.
Here you go. That's all
right,
you'll ever get.
Cage
from
and
me.
Danielson. What did you think of the match?
Great match. Great fucking match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Cage,
probably my favorite match of the night.
Cage needed this
Yes.
match.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, and it's been a while since he's been featured really on Dynamite in this type of scenario, and Brian made him look like $1 million.
But
Brian
he's
makes
also
everything better.
underutilized. I think that Cage has already proven that he's very capable, and yet, unfortunately, he hasn't had the opportunity, in my opinion, to live up to what we know he's capable of.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, he's a main event talent, regardless of where you put him in any, any program.
He could be AW champion, to be quite honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, again, he did well in Impact, but again, this is not Impact. This is on a major network, and you're seen on a weekly basis in the scenario. So I think build him with the right people in the right spot. He could definitely be a main eventer in no time. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of different. I mean, one of the moves that I remember clearly was right before the finish. Brian went for like it was like a German suplex, but he tucked in the right leg or something, and he just like went for it, and it just looked amazing because I've never seen it like that before. Various other different suplexes and power bombs into the turnbuckle.
Great moves in this match. Great moves.
Yeah, and then Brian obviously getting the pinfall. And it was great. And then, of course, obviously the beatdown towards the end, which we kind of expected. MJF then comes walking down. The woman at the bell just kept on ringing the bell, and MJF's just like, stop.
This is great, though. I love this.
I love him as a heel. And then he eventually gets a chair, tells Brian Cage to bring Danielson out to the floor, and then they start working on the arm. Eventually, they start to bring him back in the ring. They put the arm through the chair again. MJF goes to the second rope as if to say, I'm going to break your arm even further. And then, of course, we get a run-in. And we get a run-in from Takeshita. Or as MJF said it, take a...
That was great, though. And we're going to see both of them tag team. We know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, Brian Cage, I do want to backtrack real quickly. I don't think he is a main eventer yet. I do want to say that. I think he has a mid-card main event sort of or a mid-card status.
Upper mid-card, yeah.
Yeah, that he could have. He could have. Right now, he still needs to be built up because he just never gets there, and I wonder if he ever will. Get to that point. I don't know why he comes off as a goof sometimes. Someone said he's like Ryback in the chat. I don't think he's on Ryback level. No. I don't think he's on Ryback level. I think
he's got more athletic ability than Ryback ever did.
But he is in danger of being taken not serious enough if he doesn't step it up.
Mouthpiece is what it is.
You're probably right about that, but also let's remember he was on this show. Let's go back to the time he was on this show.
Brian Cage, what up, Brian? Hey.
Joe, it's me, Brian Cage.
Yeah, I know. What's up? What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I got to go off on a bit of a rant here. I don't know what they're doing with me here, Joe. I'm a beast, all right? My girlfriend says I'm a sex freak in the bedroom. And they ain't doing with me anything here in AEW, man. I'm better than this.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people think that you are. You are. We get it.
Exactly. Listen.
Yeah.
You know it. Mm-hmm. You know it. All the people listening know it. That I'm a freaking Italian sausage.
Oh.
I'm a stallion, Joe. I'm Brian freaking Cage. I got the rage in a cage, and I'm ready to unleash it in the color of sage in front of a guy that looks kind of beige. And if that makes me a racist, then you can go straight to hell because I work for the most diverse company in the world, and that's AEW. And Tony Khan, listen, this ain't a threat, man. I love you. Thank you for hiring me.
Boy.
Thank you for bringing me on board with my giant fucking belly button and my weird muscle face and how I'm a freak show. But let me tell you something, Tony. If you don't use me, man, I'm going to step on your neck, rip your legs open, and I'm going to stuff them up Britt Baker's ass!
All right, we got a Jesus Christ. Let's do the Raw preview right now, guys. Oh, my God. It is him calling. Why is he doing this? Why are you calling me again, Brian? Dude. Why are you doing this, man?
Joe, did you freaking hang up on me, man? Don't hang up on me, Joe. I swear to God, dude, you know what I'm doing right now? Joe, you know what I'm doing right now? Dude, I'm choking a cat. I'm choking a freaking kitty cat right now. Listen to this. Put me in.
Oh, Peter.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, Khan. I'm ready. If you don't put me in, I'll fucking
Jesus. Yeah, he's a psycho. So we know what Brian Cage is capable of. We
come back from break. And we're in the doctor's office, and Renee Paquette is basically trying to interview Brian and saying, to the doctor, can he compete going forward? Brian's saying, screw you, I'm going to compete, cuts a promo on MJF, and basically says he's going to expose him, and he's going to show the man behind the mask as a fraud, and he basically says, nobody's ever going to tell me that I can't wrestle ever again.
This was a great promo, by the way.
Yes, very much so. And moving forward, we had the Ruby Soho Tony Storm match. Didn't really care, sadly.
This was actually a good match.
I mean, I just wasn't into. I was honest to God looking forward to the main event. No disrespect to the women, but I wasn't attached to it this week. I don't know why.
I liked it.
Cool.
Cool.
So we go back from commercial, and we're basically going through all the Oh, actually, I should say this: DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, right before the finish, was made a distraction and brought Ruby Soho the win. So we're trying to figure out baby faces and heels here.
Well, we obviously have Storm versus Baker. That's coming up. That's what's being set up. So
yes, absolutely.
And I want to see them in a hot tub.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's Allison Tuckwab.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here.
Look at Pisharo's creepy face.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Son, run, you fat bitch.
You better run.
Run,
Anorexic
run,
woman.
you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
You're too big.
Run, you fucking fat bitch.
But that girl to your right is anorexic. It's like Shelley Duvall, kind of.
Not that fat.
Run, you fat bitch.
Sasha Banks let it for Impact Wrestling on Google. It said that no money, no honey.
What? Allison Tuckwad, wait a minute. Sasha Banks let AEW for Impact? Wait, so Sasha Banks is going to go to Impact instead of AEW? Is that what you're saying?
I doubt that.
I doubt that too. But that's what Allison is saying, though.
What?
And we all know she knows things.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, it just doesn't seem probable.
Maybe she's going Impact first, like, because that you could see that, right? Like she's going there first.
Maybe a one-time thing, but I don't see her becoming part of the roster.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd see her showing up there just to say she's been everywhere. New Japan, and she wouldn't be the first person to go like New Japan, Impact, like Triple Mania, and then show up in AEW. Right? Like other people have done that. They've gone everywhere, and then AEW was like the last stop. That's happened. Happened with Cody Rhodes and other people. Although no, AEW, well, Cody Rhodes doesn't count. He started the fucking thing. You know what I mean? It happened with other people. I'm trying to think of an example. I think the Hardys did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she must want a lot of money for somebody to hire her.
Oh yeah, she wants the money.
Continue, Rusto.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So we come back from commercial break, and MJF cuts a great again.
This promo is great.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one, Dave, because I know you definitely enjoyed this one.
All right. Well, basically, MJF starts to talk about Konosuke Takashita, and says he takes a shit again. Call him to take a shit again, as opposed to Takashita. He trashed him, saying he wasn't very smart to get involved. So he told him to stay out of the business, or there would be consequences. Bashed Danielson, saying that he thinks he's a hero. MJF said that Bryan is obsessed with the AEW World Championship title. MJF said that his belt proves that it's all worth it, and he also said that Bryan had enough with a loving fan base, and first ballot of Hall of Fame, and he kept threatening Bryan, and he said that Tony Khan has issued an open contract for anybody to face Bryan next week. And MJF says that he has found somebody to dismantle this man, where he talks about Timothy Thatcher being the next opponent that Bryan will face next week.
And that's going to be a really good match, especially as far as psychology working the arm.
Is that what you look forward to? Guys working the arm, Mustafa?
Well, sometimes it's a hell of a workout, but you know what? You got to tell a story.
Yeah, that's what I say when I masturbate.
Right.
That's your business, not mine.
Well, it is yours now.
Well, right before
I just sent you the pictures.
Right before commercial, Jay Lethal comes out, and it was a different vibe because, again, normally he's a heel, and even in this case, he was a heel, but for different reasons. And both guys got a standing ovation. And then, of course, we come back from commercial, and the place goes nuts for Mark Briscoe coming down to the ring with both ROH titles. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I was emotional throughout this whole entire main event.
I don't know how you did it. I really don't.
Yeah, dude, the Briscoe family is so strong. Like I said last week.
I want to quickly interrupt and say I love the fact that they switched the commentary specifically to ROH broadcast.
Yeah.
Yes, and a matter of fact, I believe one of the commentators, they were on Busted Open earlier today, and they were saying that
Nick and Caprice Coleman.
Yeah, I think one of them.
By Excalibur.
Oh no, it was the ring announcer who was on this morning and basically said that he got the call like the day before saying we need you here, and he flew in. So kudos to all these guys. And the fact that this wasn't even a title match and everything like that, they got the ring announcer and they announced both guys in this situation, which I thought was so classy and much needed. And the pop that Mark Briscoe got when they announced his name was so good. And you felt that this was the right thing to do, as we were saying it before earlier in the show. And again, is it the greatest technical match? It didn't have to be. Was it the greatest brawl? No. They paid tribute the way it needed to be done, with little bits of pieces here and there. And of course, the finish with Mark Briscoe doing the the J driver, and before that with the table spot. And just a lot of great stuff. And of course, Mark Briscoe being funny and doing his redneck kung fu that he's known for. And I mean, Dave, like overall, like what did you think of just the entire feel of the match, even though that it was a serious and heavy situation?
This was basically the highlight of the show, really. This is what everyone looked forward to, and the way that they put it together, and just the feeling of the match, the brevity, the weight that it held. I think just it could have been that match alone tonight, and it would have fucking been all stars.
Yeah, I mean, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen tribute matches before. I mean, as far as you goes, when it comes to tribute shows and tribute matches, how did it make you? Where did it fall on the Richter scale for you?
I mean, I thought it was really good. I mean, WWE really didn't mention anything, and people had armbands. This is AEW Dynamite, and they own they own Ring of Honor. And so for the fact that this guy wasn't exactly an active wrestler on AEW week to week, it's obviously a little bit of a different vibe than the Brody Lee one. It's not quite on that sort of same thing. You don't really want to compare these type of things. This was way sudden and kind of out of nowhere, and they're piecing things together, and there's the history. So I just thought it was well done. Like, I thought it was great that we got what we got last week. And then tonight, I thought it was a beautiful tribute for this guy, and I thought it was really well done. The fans are great, the interaction was great. The two guys that should be in there wrestling, the announce team being there. The match ended up being very smooth and perfect, and you got that table spot. Dude, it was really good, and it was very nice. And and to top it all off, these Jay Briscoe's daughters are going to get a couple million when this is all said and done.
Yeah, those girls are not only going to get covered for their injuries, but they're going through college. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. And also, if one, if not any of all of them, want to get into the business, if they really wanted to, they would absolutely have easy access and easy avenue to be taken care of, especially with their uncle, Mark, who would absolutely look after them. Now, I didn't want to ask this because it's so soon, but since that Mark Briscoe is allowed on AEW television, as well as, of course, Ring of Honor programming, where do we see him going forward from here?
I don't know, because I've already been upset that sorry, Dan, I'll unmute you. I've already been upset that they were off TV, and I forgot about the whole controversy. I totally forgot all about it. And this was we're talking about weeks ago. I was ranting one night. This was maybe a couple of months ago or something, or weeks ago. I went on a rant about the Briscoes, and I said, why the fuck aren't we using the Briscoes? When we have the Briscoes, we just paid them $1 million. You know what I mean? Why are they not being used? And I was ranting on my own. Nobody was on the show. But I know if anybody had been on the show with me, they would have said, well, Joe, don't you remember they can't come on AEW? And I would have been like, oh, yes. I totally forgot about that. So I went off on a rant about that. So I don't know if this means he's got in the clear for this or not. I don't know.
I mean, I could see Mark going for the ROH world title.
I mean, after tonight's performance, yeah, he could, that could happen. But it's not even, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
He should stay in the AEW though. Come on.
Well, I mean, they couldn't even get Ring of Honor going. You know what I mean? Like to do anything.
Yeah.
He had that great dog collar match. Yeah, hopefully he becomes a regular on AEW at this point because Ring of Honor ain't doing shit. So might as well.
Maybe in the TNT picture.
I don't know. The guy hasn't even really wrestled on the show. I'm not going to give him a belt because his brother.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because, and I'm not, no disrespect to Mark, but it obviously looked like, again, he hadn't wrestled probably since December. That was probably the last match he's had. So again, his rhythm was, again, he was still doing his thing, but you can definitely tell there were like certain spots in the match where it was just like, oh, wow, I actually have not wrestled in a minute. I got to really get my rhythm back. I got to, get my function back and my flow back. So,
well, also he doesn't wrestle singles a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't wrestled singles. I think probably the last singles match that I recall him ever doing, I mean, again, I could be wrong about this, was probably with his brother.
Yeah.
I think that might have been the last singles match he actually had.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You're in control of the match. It's just you and the other guy. There's no tagging out and thinking about what's going on and working the tag.
And this is not to say that Mark Briscoe isn't a good singles competitor. Obviously, Jay was a whole nother caliber. But Mark in itself had great matches with, Jay Lethal, with Adam Cole, with Kevin Steen in a singles match. And who's to say, again, I'm not trying to say, oh my God, just put the Ring of Honor heavyweight title on him all of a sudden. Don't do that. Let him.
Yeah, you don't get a title because your family, your brother died.
Exactly.
I don't know why you said that.
Rey Mysterio after Eddie Guerrero passed away, but this is not Rey Mysterio talking. We're talking about Mark Briscoe. So
what I'm trying to say is make him a viable contender for it. Don't give it to him right away.
Right.
Just let him wrestle it. I just want to see the guy. Just let the guy wrestle on TV, and let the fans figure it out.
Right. Plus, also, and by the way, his promo work is absolutely funny, and he can get anything over. If Jay was really the serious one and Mark was a bit of the funny one, but he can also be intense at certain spots, he'll be fine on his own. Plus, also, he's got a whole locker room that's there for him, and will absolutely make him look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Well,
so I mean, overall, what did you think as far as the show in terms of average, scale?
This was not the best AEW show tonight. A lot of people didn't love tonight's show. I mean, they loved the tribute at the end. That part was exactly what we were looking for. But the stuff before, a lot of people weren't impressed. They were kind of I feel like the chat felt like it was a 5 or 6 out of 10, but then I look at the poll, and the poll says that, people did like the show. So, overall, people really loved the show for the most part. It's 500 votes, and it's 88% that it was okay or amazing. I mean, blah and terrible didn't register much.
Yeah.
So 90% of people gave this a thumbs up, pretty much.
Yeah, for me, I'll give this, because I want to be nice about it, I'll give it a 7, mainly because not just because of the end, but also the Bryan Danielson, Brian Cage match I loved.
Great match.
Our Darby Allin match I didn't mind. It was good for what it was. The opening match was okay for me, and the flow was really, again, it was all about Jay Briscoe tonight. So, why not? I'll give it a 7.
I mean, I would give it a 6.5 only because I only really liked the Darby match and the Jay Briscoe match. Everything else was meh to me.
I'm giving it an 8.
Whoa. 8 from Dave Rose. That's a crazy fucking high score.
It's the tribute at the end that really popped it for me. So
I am gonna give tonight a 6 out of 10. It was It was in danger of being. Luckily, Raw still wasn't better to me, but it was close.
Yeah, I give it a 7.
There you go.
Yeah, again, like I said, right now, I know Jay. I'm sorry. I know that Mark is, again, he's still, again, he's moving forward one day at a time, as well as the whole entire family. And again, no matter what happens throughout this next coming year.
Well, you don't really know that. The whole family could be, you don't really know what the family's doing.
No. But in terms of them trying to, again, they're healing day by day.
What if they're not healing? Again, what if they're not healing? How do you know that? What if they're not healing? How do you know that?
Bro, have you not seen the interview that the mom did even the day after?
No.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, this family is strong as hell, dude.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they're not healing. Maybe they're just fucking awesome.
They're always awesome.
I don't know.
That's why the Briscoes family. No, the Pugh family are
I'm
great.
Just messing with you. You know them.
No, dude. I know people indirectly that actually know the family.
I know.
So
I'm just I'm being a fucking
know
asshole.
people that know them.
You raised a piece of shit.
Introduce me.
Ryback is a piece of shit.
Oh.
Fuck Ryback. Dickhead.
Oh.
Queef J Strongbow taking shots at Ryback in a donation for $1. Unbelievable.
Right.
It's fucked up. That's fucked up. But yeah, I was entertained tonight. Fairly entertained, but you know, it was
I'm gonna leave this briefcase.
Allison
right
Tuckwa.
Another
I'm gonna leave
briefcase.
this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Ooh.
Run, you fat bitch.
Oh my god, I'm so fat. Oh my god.
You fucking
Oh my god, my titties gonna bounce. Yeah, my feet gonna bounce. Yeah, I'm about to get crazy. I weigh 5,000 ounces. Look at my tits shake. Feel the earthquake with my weight. Oh. Yeah, if I was Ashley, Tommy finger me.
fat bitch.
Yeah, Sasha, I was talking about. I said she left it to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, Sasha, I was talking about. I said she left AEW to Impact Wrestling. Wait a minute. So Sasha Banks allegedly is going to Impact Wrestling over AEW. That's what Allison is saying.
Wait, how does Impact have more money than AEW?
No, I'm telling you, Sasha's smart, because why would you go, oh, I'm gonna go sign with AEW right now. Yeah. No, you'd be like, maybe we'll see AEW. I don't know, maybe. And then Impact Wrestling says, well, we'd like to have you. And she's like, well, I won't sign, but yeah, you know what? I'd make an appearance. How much? $20,000, and then Impact Wrestling pays her $20,000 in New Japan, and then you sign with AEW at the end.
Yeah, right, exactly.
How did Impact even have $20,000?
They got it somehow. I don't know. They're fucking.
They actually have money, and yes, they have guys under contract, and they're making a pretty good living at 6 figures.
No,
but-
they're not making a great living. Come on.
Dude, the heavyweight champion makes like 6 figures. I believe the middleweight or the X division still makes 6 figures. So yeah, they're and
Wait a minute.
also merchandise.
Are you telling me that you think that the champions get paid by the belt they have? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, of course. It's been that way for a while, dude.
Who's the champion of Impact?
No
Right now it is oh my god, I keep forgetting his name. He's the Kurt Angle sort of kind of guy.
You can't even remember his name.
Moose?
Yep. I barely watch Impact.
But then how do you know how much they're making?
Dude, that's the standard wage of a wrestler if you're working for a company, especially if they have a TV deal.
No, but dude, Impact wrestlers get paid shit.
Yeah,
Based off the houses, I'm talking about contractually.
Yeah,
based
they
on the
get
money
paid
get from the
shit.
network.
They get paid like shit. Impact wrestlers. Like give me the list of the Impact wrestlers. Like, name off some people. I'll tell you probably around what they're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being serious. Like, dude, you can if you've been in Impact for a year or two or less, and you become the world champion, you're not making a lot of money. There could be a guy in Impact Wrestling.
Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander.
Who the fuck is that?
Sounds like a jobber.
Yeah. He's Canadian. That's why you don't know him.
I mean, dude, there ain't no way that guy's getting paid a ton of money, right? Josh Alexander.
Well, you call it
paid 6 figures.
Dude, if he tell me what's that name, nobody knows that name outside of wrestling.
Well, then we also have like other people who've been around Ring of Honor and other places. We have Moose, we have Eddie Edwards.
Wait, how long
Sami
has he been
Callihan.
champion? Yeah, see, I think they get paid more than Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander just surpassed all the Impact Wrestling champions by being the longest tenured champion in the company.
Oh my God, this guy's been champion longer than anyone ever, and I don't even know who he is.
AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle, all the past.
Oh my God, dude, I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah.
How is this guy beating Sting and Johnny Impact and AJ Styles, and yet I don't even know who he is?
I watch Impact every once in a while, but like I said, I haven't watched
company
it.
that bought out Impact. That's a simple fact.
They needed to make this guy champion for like 700 days for someone to pay attention to who he is.
Yeah. Rhino's still there. Matt Cardona's still there. Chris Sabin. They just got Frankie Kazarian over there.
Now, AJ Styles, when AJ Styles was in Impact Wrestling, I mean, he was making like $150,000.
Yeah, right. Well, again, that's probably lowball, like I said, 6 figures, but definitely a lowball 6 figures the heavyweight champion would be making.
I just doubt it. I don't know. Maybe he is.
And again, we're also merchandise too. You know what I mean? Depending on how well you're selling merch.
I'm just saying, I was told by a lot of people over there and people that I know that know people there, and they're like making $40,000, $50,000, $30,000 and stuff like that. Like they're not making a lot of money at all. Like
I mean, Bully Ray and Mickey James are still, active and are on TV.
Yeah, see, them, I believe that they might make something like $70,000 to $130,000.
Tommy Dreamer's also behind the scenes there, also from time to time working on
Tommy
TV,
Dream will work for peanut butter, as we know from ECW days. Okay? Tommy Dreamer will work if you give him a new pair of towels for Christmas.
Or a Dusty Rhodes videotape from 1985. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, that guy worked for free for Paul Heyman for years during the hottest time in wrestling like an idiot. I mean, Tommy Dreamer, I bet you Tommy Dreamer is doing multiple jobs backstage and doing other stuff and probably making, 50.
And is also a host on Busted Open. Yeah, so he's got multiple jobs.
Yeah, well, fuck Busted Open, and I hope they their studio explodes. But here's the thing. I think that, he's probably making $50,000 or $60,000. That's what I think.
Probably more because he's an exec.
Maybe $80,000. Oh, maybe because he's got the exec title, he's got double the salary. So 40, 50, maybe. I don't know. Okay, maybe. Listen, I don't know. And if somebody from Impact Wrestling or somebody wants to call up,
American money is much more than Canadian. So he could be offered, 50,000 Americans, 100,000 Canadian, or something like that.
Yeah, Rosemary's been there for now over 10 years.
Oh, she's been there for almost over a decade. Yeah,
and I bet you she took a pay cut at some point.
Probably a lot of these guys did. You know what I mean?
Because I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just saying the money's not there. Like, and from what I hear, they're making, $30,000 to $60,000, most of them, somewhere in that 30 to 60, almost everybody.
Yeah, and again, they have a lot of great talent in terms of people that you've seen, let's say, in NJPW or Ring of Honor or such. But as far as the consistency is weekly television programming, again, I'm not watching it consistently, and that's why, because it's just not as consistent. And also they're on a network also that, again, although it's a decent network, you're not bringing in big numbers.
What are they doing in ratings right now? Like 80,000 viewers?
No, but the thing is, though, is that the company that owns Impact has ownership of the catalog.
Right.
That is where they make money.
Yeah, that Impact app, as well as the YouTube stuff, they make revenue off that. But also because, again, like I said, they have a TV deal, and depending on how much that TV deal actually is, again, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it's a decent paycheck for a lot of the boys, and also for the company execs.
Yeah,
I just I'm not, I'm bitter towards them. I don't like them. They shit, they shit on me in the past, so I'm an asshole to them. That's all.
They fucked over Matt Hardy. That was gold, but they fucked up.
Oh yeah, remember the F That Owl campaign?
Yes. Well, Joe certainly got a lot of tweets on that one.
Yeah, I think even Matt Hardy even acknowledged you on that.
His wife.
On what?
I agree. Fuck that owl.
Or Rebby, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Rebby,
they really liked that. Yeah, Jeff Hardy loved that thing.
Oh, Joe, before I forget, the video that I sent you earlier, can you definitely play it with Mark Briscoe?
There's another one?
Yeah, there's one I sent you via Messenger as well as on Discord.
Oh, it's reported that local talent gets paid $200 for their squash matches from Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, but they're not under contract. Like
yeah,
I said.
I know.
I mean, again, there's a lot of talent that make only 5 figures, and it's probably most of the locker room. But like I said, certain people will make 6 figures.
Okay.
Based on championship contingent, and then of course also on merchandise.
This is from Glassdoor.com and jobs. How much does TNA Impact Wrestling pay? And it's being reported the average pay is $48,000.
But that's the average. That's not the champ.
Right. It is possible based on this that
Right.
Tommy Dreamer is making. Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, the average wrestler makes around 48,000, 45,000. So Mickey James probably makes like 80 to 100,000, and probably most people are probably making that, and some are making 60, 70, 80. Oh my God! What the hell?
Y'all know about it?
Oh
Y'all know about
shit!
that BLUMPKIN cunt pussy?
Whoa.
Here we go.
I'm making more than AEW wrestlers.
You're making more than AEW.
I mean, Impact wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, you're a mess.
That fucking cunt, that fucking juice is on the loose. That
Actually, if you count my other job and this together, I am making more than Impact.
pussy juice wants.
Take that,
its
Joshua
in my
Alexander.
mouth.
But I bet the wrestlers don't know $80,000 to Uncle Sam. But
Fucking cunt, pussy juice. That cunt is on the loose. That pussy juice.
Allison Chakwa!
That BLUMPKIN cunt's pussy juice.
Good God Almighty, she's here!
BLUMPKIN cunt's
The queen of Monetize This, and she'll be defending her crown on 400.
My throat's so wet, BLUMPKIN cunt's pussy juice.
Wow.
BLUMPKIN cunt.
Alexander makes 400 grand per year. That's not true, Patrick Carnes. Those numbers are not real. That site is full of shit, dude. They think I make $1 million.
It's only like 29 cents American.
Right? No, that guy does not make $4 million.
Your piece of meat is on my front. I'll fucking lick it up my tongue. Oh, pussy juice. That's all I fucking want from you. Your BLUMPKIN, your cunt, your pussy juice. Oh, your pussy's the size of a goddamn moose. I want it so bad I can taste it from here. Yeah, I wanna munch it, I'll munch your rear. I will munch every part of you. 'Cause I want that cunt and BLUMPKIN juice. Pussy.
Give it to me, Allison!
That BLUMPKIN cunt pussy juice.
Jews.
BLUMPKIN cunt pussy. BLUMPKIN cunt pussy
It's never gonna end.
Come on, Undertaker's entrance is longer.
Nom 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 BLUMPKIN.
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but Tony Khan says he has a lot of money, but isn't it his father's money? I am glad he said that to them people trying to keep the one Briscoe brother or whatever was said. I'm glad you stuck up for them and told those people off.
That's right. Tony Khan said, fuck you.
Tony Khan makes money from AEW, and he makes good money.
Tony Khan does have money and make his own money, but yes, he did borrow from his father to buy the
he
company.
borrowed it from his dad, just like fucking Bill Gates and all these other fucking people.
Borrowed it from their dads. Donald Trump.
You know, well, how many years are we already into fucking AEW? What, 4?
Yeah.
If he was fucked hard, it wouldn't have survived 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta side with fucking Tony Khan.
Well,
He knows what he's doing. He's got his own money, and he's making the product that he created successful. Also, I was just told, Joe, that you were donated to. I don't know if you still have more donations.
oh,
to
yes.
get through.
I still have a couple.
Being told that a donation was accepted. Where's my donation? I'm saying, relax. Just let Joe go through it. But I just
Yeah, there's a couple more. There's other donations to play. They're not all played yet. While we get those, while we get ready to play the rest of the donations, let me just make a quick statement that I know that site says that the Alexander, the Impact Wrestling champion, makes $4 million. That site is overblown, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I just saw that. I don't believe
it. It is not true. Dude, I looked up multiple sites.
No, thanks.
That same site, by the way, dude, you want to know what they think I'm worth? You know what I mean? Like, dude, look at this. That's the same sites. Look at this. Sports, watch this. The Joe Cronin Show's net worth. Look at this. Joe Cronin is one of the most viewed creators on YouTube, boasting a 71,000 subscriber, blah, 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 blah. And you go down to Adam and Eve's sex shop. Joe Cronin's net worth is estimated to be $100,000.
Interesting.
Well, with that fucking personal worth, you could pay off that fucking IRS, no problem.
Now,
and I'll cover that loss in Vegas.
Now, it is true that if I sold my house, I would make a profit of a couple $100,000. So maybe that's what they're thinking, but I don't know. But this site says I'm worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and that I make like $20,000 a month. This site's insane. So I'm just saying. And then this is a different site. Look at this site. Joe Cronin shows
power. That's why Joe's not making the same money.
The net worth of Joe Cronin is $163,000.
Huh.
Holy fuck, bro! You guys, everybody better be getting paid if that's the case.
I will say this that the top champions are definitely making at least $100,000.
Maybe the top wrestlers. They don't have to be champions.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The top talent that's basically there.
Yeah,
they're making at least
top talent. Sure. I don't believe. How many people are in Impact Wrestling?
Oh, the roster probably average
30.
Probably about 40, maybe as far as wrestlers go, and as far as personnel, add that on, maybe 15 total.
I mean, 50 maybe.
Yeah.
The producer people actually probably make more than the wrestlers. It looks like because they value them more.
Because remember, they're execs too. Like Gail Kim still works there, and she's an exec.
Yeah. My bills. I mean, I do make a chunk. I mean, my bills are I have a $6,000 a month bill. Every month I have $6,000 I have to pay. So that is a chunk of money. But I would only have that money if I fucking sold my house. If I sold my house, I'd have the money to pay the IRS off and the money to pay my credit card debt off. But I am not worth what that thing says I'm worth at all. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck, bro. Now, in 2017 and 18 and 19, from the years 2017 to 2020, I had money.
Before the adpocalypse?
Before all the bad stuff, happened and whatever. I now live paycheck to paycheck. So there's no chance I have any of that money that thing says. I live paycheck to fucking paycheck, and it's scary. And you can tell. But I used to be fucking doing pretty goddamn well, you know? But you know what? I made a fucking huge mistake. I should have worked while still working on YouTube, because then I would have money in the bank, you know? But I took a break like an idiot for 4 years and was like, fuck, I'll just do this, you know? So that was a mistake. But I did get to see my family every day, so that was nice. You know, that was a good thing. But that thing is fucking wrong. Now, we should, man, I'm going to reach out to some people tomorrow because I'm starting to get curious about what impact people make. But I know that a couple people have reached out to me and said, dude, and I won't say who it is, obviously, but I'll just say a couple people that have been on that program for, you know, over 6 months that I know, and they've said to me, like, yeah, bro, this is what they pay us. And so I have to do this other stuff. So, like, let's say someone gets paid, like, $38,000 or $35,000. You make $35,000 on Impact Wrestling, well, then you're going to work the indie scene to make $30,000.
Yeah, you'll also find other ways of income.
But, dude, there's some people. There was one person that I specifically spoke to. She wasn't allowed to work the indie scene, and they had her under a contract that they were paying her about $28,000 to $33,000, and she wasn't allowed to wrestle on the indie scene for a year almost. So what? You know,
it was an exclusive deal that she.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
A contract.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Rostava?
You know, I do, but it's like, again, you still sign on the dotted line, and whatever you agree to, you have to abide by.
No, I agree, but I just think, you know, and some of them, that's why they're going to be really careful when you sign these deals, because if they decide to not put you on the air, and your contract reads that yes, you do get paid, you are going to get paid $800 to $1,000 a week, but you have to wrestle. And so if you agree to sign that contract, and the contract also says that you cannot wrestle anywhere without permission, then okay, well, think about the worst case scenario. They don't put you on the TV for a year, so you make no money, but you're under contract to them and you can't wrestle anywhere else.
Unlike WWE, where basically they will pay you weekly, but again, they can still bench you.
Right. You won't get bonuses and the bonus thing for the matches and things like that. Yes.
Right.
Like, it's like if you never wrestled in WWE but you were signed, you'd be like, it's like, okay, you make $50,000. But if you wrestled all year while being under the contract, you would have made $80,000. And instead, in Impact, though, some people have been fucked, to be honest. Now, I know it's not everybody, and a lot of people have okay contracts. I bet Alexander, at this point, with him holding the record, I don't know, maybe he does make $100,000. But I mean, that's one of the, I don't know, the pay grade in Impact Wrestling. This is my opinion. The average wrestler in Impact makes about $45,000. And some of the top 10, 15 talent make between $60,000 and $80,000. And the top 6 or 7 wrestlers in the company make between $90,000 to $150,000. But whereas in AEW,
it's guaranteed money, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in AEW.
Well, that's the other thing too. That's the big thing. Is it's guaranteed, and most people get signed for over. I don't think anybody gets signed for mostly they get signed for over $60,000 in AEW.
That's what I was going to say. It's better pay, and also you only work 1 day a week.
Right.
So far, and it's like the best.
Now, what does Impact do? Do they do tapings now for weeks? Or?
They do tapings. They do. I think they do like 3 or 4 shows in one day.
Yeah. So, and that's the other thing too. It's like, man, imagine you don't get on one of those shows, and now, but if you do get on all the shows, you get to then wrestle all over the place if you want, or wherever you can go.
Depending on your contract.
Yeah, depending on what your contract's structured. Or, and maybe some people have lied, about their contracts, and it's a fake thing. I don't know. I would love to get an official from Impact Wrestling, but notoriously over the years, man, Impact I can't get a hold of people other than the wrestlers who work there, the Impact's management team, anybody has just been quiet. I can't get a hold of anybody, and from what I understand, they always seem to hate me, so I don't know. But I don't have Twitter anymore either, so I lost a lot of contacts. Uh-oh. And speaking of taking a poo-poo pants, my fecal matters on the floor. It's Blair Eliason. It's okay, I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. Is this the one Dave who was asking about their dono? Probably. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay, I am a horse.
No, this is mine.
Oh, this is her? Okay. I am a horse. It's okay, I am a horse. Sith Negan, 44 months as a Prime subscriber on my Twitch account, baby. Blair Eliason, $20. Thank you.
On CBS on a Saturday night special event in the fall versus SNL would be ballsy.
That would be ballsy, wouldn't it? Let me think about that real quick, Blair. AEW on CBS on a Saturday night special event in the fall. That would be cool. I hate
that at all. Actually, I do like Saturday night shows.
Yeah, take on Saturday Night Live.
Main event.
And Saturday Night Live sucks.
That, right? Saturday night main event.
Saturday night.
I love that shit, man.
How about?
CBS.
Well, they couldn't say main event because
that's a widely available channel.
How about Saturday Night Main Slam or something? Because you can't say. Probably get sued for the main event thing.
Well, I mean, you could do it in the morning.
If Saturday Night
For
Slaughter.
those days of my youth where we could watch WWE or WWF on a Saturday night.
Yeah. I wonder how much Impact gets paid for their contribution. You think they make like?
I wonder what their TV deal is, because I'm actually more curious about how much they actually get in revenue from the channel.
Yeah. I wonder if
Well,
they
I'm guessing
get.
they probably get some sort of assistance from the Canadian government, because a lot of that stuff seems to be filmed in Canada and it's a Canadian company. So, you know, they usually do give subsidies to Canadian companies when it comes to this sort of thing.
I would think that they would. I don't know
Usually
shit about shit,
taxpayer
so I don't
money is
know. I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm guessing like $10 million, or is that what it could
No
be?
clue.
I mean, how many viewers do they get? 80,000?
They don't get really that many. They don't really get that many viewers like they used to.
Yeah, I mean, every ad that's run is about $3,000 or more. What the fuck is this? What is this? Oh my God!
Spot all day. I want you to jam it in.
Ooh, there's the one that's the one I was telling you about, Joe.
Oh, it's in your bunghole. Whoa, it's in your bunghole. I want
It just came in now. Like live, it came in. It's the Goon.
Audio Jungle. Amazing and emotional, sorry Dave, show. I felt those tears from Jay Lethal. Great wrestling, amongst other things earlier tonight. Joe, why doesn't Dan Kennedy come out to Mr. Kennedy's song? Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
I hear you, Goon. I was also feeling that too.
Right when they were
when I first started my podcast.
Again, the anguish in Jay Lethal's eyes, and again, Joe has placed this screenshot playing over and over again. You could see it, and you could feel it when you watch.
Oh my God, man! The OG himself, the man who busts my balls, but then sometimes drops hundies on it.
And puts flags up rectums.
The Goon. Oh my God, man! Holy fucking fuck, dude! What the fuck?
Quite the bomb tonight. He is leading in donations.
This is true.
The Goon. I got to put him up.
This is true.
Nobody's gonna beat that. The Goon, bro.
Well, the challenge is now set out. If anyone wants to.
I mean, if maybe Joe can buy a couple Duncachinos for the entire cast of characters here.
Right.
He'll send it by collect.
Yeah, we're all getting Duncachinos now, courtesy of the Goon. Holy
Joe,
fuck!
you can just deliver mine to my house.
I will, bro. You know, I'll DoorDash you tomorrow. You want something? You want something? You know,
Yeah, I'll think about it.
I want a hot cider.
I don't do a lot of DoorDash because I have to tip at least $10, and that adds up to a lot of money.
Because of the fees.
I don't do the delivery apps anymore because.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Tommy said a tip is a compliment, so you can easily just tell him, comb your hair. Thanks for
Yeah, I'll just put $1 in and say, hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, take care. Go brush your
or
hair.
when
Tommy would give you $1, so come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Or anybody for that matter.
No.
So Joe, are you gonna play the clip?
Of what?
Oh, the Mark Briscoe promo.
Oh, how long is it? Is it 7 minutes?
It's very short. It's like 2 minutes. It's
right.
2 minutes.
Let's hear this clip. At least it's not.
We got the Jay Briscoe show in like less than an hour.
By the way, can we also talk about how Mark Briscoe here looks like a Wandy terrorist?
Put it up.
He looks like a Wandy the terrorist right here.
Put it back to the beginning.
Or should I say good evening? Good afternoon, folks. Or should I say good evening? I know what you're thinking. That young gentleman looks like a white Bill Cosby. Bearded, of course.
Everything Mark Briscoe sounds like Dan Kennedy.
And if you were to say that, you would be absolutely correct. But we're not here today to talk about Bill Cosby, unfortunately. It's about that time of year again, ain't it? You hear them jingle bells? I do anyway. It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
What you gonna get your
Dan
beloved
Briscoe
family and friends? What you gonna get your love? Iron?
Iron.
Both great choices, but let me suggest to you that you get your friends and your family, one of them anyway, a most unique, one-of-a-kind gift that you only gonna find in this offer we got for you right here.
Ellie lives in a fucking trailer
It's
with that
beautiful.
air conditioner
Okay.
right at the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, these can be yours on eBay, starting bidding at $99 right today. Type in Mark Briscoe's teeth, and they can be yours. They come with a candy bar of your choosing, king size of course, and a random order. Excuse me. Hello. Is that right? Is that right? Are you sure? You sure we can do that? Thank you. That's excellent. Yeah,
By the way, Jay Briscoe's filming this and he's laughing his ass off.
Starting bid, folks, has been dropped from $99 to $49.95. It's been cut in half. Get on eBay. Place your bid. You got 5 days. Count them, 5 days. Mark Briscoe teeth, go. Quit looking at me, go.
You're welcome.
Kind of does look like a onesie.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Looks like a white Bill Cosby. You be correct.
Fucking a Wandy, bro. Oh man.
Well, I needed that, dude. That these clips and all these memories of both Briscoes just in this vein is what got me through this week. I wouldn't have made it through if I didn't check out their history.
Oh yeah, dude. That it's like I said, it's very sneak up on you. Like I feel like I took them for granted a lot. Like I didn't pay enough homage to them over the years. Like I sort of like always went on the show. Like you can see me on the show doing it over the years, over 10 years. Like being like, hey Joe, did you see the Briscoes the other night? And it's like, no, I missed it. Or like but usually I'd say like, yeah, I remember I saw that. Or I saw or how about Ring of Honor the other night? You see what the Briscoes did? You see that promo? Yeah. We're not going to talk about it, but yeah, I saw it and it was really good. Anyway, let's move on.
Or New Japan or whatever they did overseas.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't talk about it much. So there were a few that we talked about here and we reviewed, but there was a lot of matches we didn't. We just sort of said, yeah, I saw that was crazy. Anyway, we're talking about WWE tonight. So it just feels like, wow, like we really kind of brushed over a lot of Briscoe stuff over the years. Even though we always mention them. The Goon, man, thank you for that $200 bomb. And it's not even monetized as $400 yet. Fucking bomb!
We're getting ready for 400.
Where were you when I did my stream earlier today, Goon?
Well, he was hiding.
I mean, what?
He was hiding. Now, Goon, wait till you hear the clip I have of me and Tommy talking. That's going up on Patreon. And you can't find it anywhere on YouTube. Dave. No, I'm serious. You can. But it's only up on YouTube. What? You can what?
Yeah.
What?
What? No, but seriously.
Yeah.
Man, I love that guy. I loved LA Knight's promo the other night. Killed me. Until the American Badass came out and ruined it.
He's a great talker.
Yeah. Oh, he was an Impact.
I agree
too.
what happened on Joe Rogan the other day. Yeah.
We do that. So anyway, we got to get. I feel like it's like I can't leave. I need to go to bed, but like Goon just dropped $200. I feel like I got to,
I mean, Joe, why don't you do the live Jay Briscoe show here?
What?
Is that? Oh, that's right. That's airing at no, but that airs at 1.
Oh, it's not on yet. That's why I've been like, where is it? I thought you said earlier that he was going to.
Back on AEW's channel, I don't see a link yet to this, but this is what's being said.
You need to go to the ROH channel.
Is it just a bunch of his matches all lined up to play live?
As well.
What?
No, they said it was going to be available on watchroh.com as well as YouTube tonight.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I was able to find it on YouTube.
What?
Well, it's not 1 p.m. yet. At 1 a.m. It's fucking 40 minutes. Maybe they're waiting. I don't know. But they've been posting 2 hours ago. They made thank you, Jay Briscoe. What is this? 2-minute, 34-second video. 1 hour ago, they made Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal pay tribute to Jay Briscoe. They're clearly still active on the YouTube channel. Again, everything I read, first of all, they said that they were going to start the show right after. Obviously, that didn't happen, but there's going to be a tribute show tonight. It's 3 hours fucking long. That's what every fucking wrestling publication is saying. So apparently that's going to be airing on YouTube and ROH or Watch ROH tonight.
I literally went to the YouTube pages on both Ring of Honor and AEW. Normally, there's like a wait and see or like a premature what do you call it? Like a premiere video, and I haven't seen anything pop up yet. So maybe they might just pop it up, or it's already
so many videos at this time of night. Then it looks quite probable that they're going to be airing this thing tonight. And again, this is what they said. So have some patience. Maybe it's just going to take a bit until they fucking post this.
Plus, also, they're probably still editing, like, or fine-tuning certain things in the video. So
you never know. Bottom line is that we've all been told 1 a.m. Eastern is when this tribute video is going to go, and it's 3 hours fucking long with previous clips of Jay, in wrestling.
Also, interviews from wrestlers and various different.
And more content from people who knew the guys. So that's what we're told is going to happen tonight, and that is what I expect to see.
Yeah, that's also going to be another tearjerker.
Okay.
Tony Khan actually went up against Warner Brothers and he won. Okay, that says a lot.
Well, let's call them Whining Brothers.
Well, they did this a little while ago.
What?
What?
Yeah,
oh,
why didn't do this before he passed? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, we got Mark Briscoe on the call. What?
Mark, how do you feel tonight in the ring?
I feel good, all right. No, I feel great.
Good to have you here, though.
Shit.
I'm just saying, why didn't you get before?
Why didn't they do it?
There was never a time where he didn't drop at least one cuss in his promo.
Look at this, man. This guy reminds me of my friend Jimmy.
Austin Benjamin, the tag team champions. As far as I'm concerned, your boys always gonna be Vinnie Mac's boys. We damn sure ain't letting no sports entertainers bring ROH into the next chapter. Damn sure ain't letting no sports entertainers do that shit. Then you got the Kings of Wrestling. Everybody talking about the Kings of Wrestling, hot shit right now. Everybody talking about their title reign and shit. Longest title reign in ROH history. Long title reign, my ass. For all y'all nerds on the internet, go back and check the title defenses. See how many successful title defenses they've had. Compare that to our 07 reign, back when we revolutionized the sport of tag team wrestling. Check that. Check the title defenses. Numbers don't lie, boy. Kings of Wrestling ain't got shit on us. Day one, son. And then finally in that last corner, you got the All Night Express.
Mark's still playing with the gun.
Pretty boy, pussy ass bitches. We done beat them in a street fight. Done beat them in a first blood match. They think they big boys. Try and run with the big dogs. Your boys better stay on the porch. We done warred your boys. All Night Express, King right.
He's still playing with the gun for no real reason, it feels like.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase.
Allison Takwa.
This briefcase right here.
Man, I can't believe it, man. Allison has dropped some shit tonight, man. Allison is dropping some shit tonight. Bro, we're approaching 300 green ones from Allison tonight.
Oh, by the way, Joe, I actually did find a video where they said that they weren't cosmetically pleasing.
Oh.
I did send that in the Discord chat.
Wait, there's a video. Oh, I thought you had a video of John Laurinaitis saying that.
No, but they explained the John Laurinaitis.
Man, I don't know. The Jay Briscoe women would have touched their pussies over him, I feel like. That guy looks like a good-looking dude.
Run, you fat bitch.
Yeah, I know Mark looks like a troll.
If you sign a contract with a wrestling company they own you like WWE does with the wrestlers, I suppose have to do what they tell him what to do, basically have to jump when they tell you the job.
Well, kind of. Not everybody, though. It really depends on the contract. You know what I mean? It's like, it's as far as wrestling goes, that could be true. You know what I mean? Like if you wrestle in AEW under an exclusive contract, I mean, yeah, they have the right to say you can't just go to another wrestling company because you have a contract. That doesn't mean they can control all the other aspects of your life. So, like, it's not exactly, because WWE can control your Twitch, your YouTube, your OnlyFans.
Your likeness.
Yeah, your likeness, what you do. So WWE still is the only company that controls you like that. You know, AEW and Impact Wrestling, yeah, they have contracts that usually control you as far as wrestling goes, but that makes sense. You know, that part makes sense. When you sign a contract with somebody and you're exclusive to somebody, like, that makes sense. And
it should be.
And also in AEW and Impact Wrestling, most wrestlers are able to go wrestle other places. So no, they're not like WWE still. They're not like that. They're different. They're still different.
Yeah, and again, nobody, especially in Impact, as far as to my knowledge, if somebody wanted to renegotiate their contract, it wouldn't be too difficult. Like, unlike WWE, where you got to go through one person to a next person just to renegotiate your contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think WWE has been getting better about letting their wrestlers wrestle elsewhere.
Well, there were some exceptions, like, for example, like with the Carl Anderson situation where he was still under contract. Well, not necessarily, but he had the
I was more referring to
IWGP singles title, and he had to drop it to one of the Gorillas of Destiny over there at the Wrestle Kingdom show. I mean, he had to do that. So
I was more talking about Shinsuke Nakamura.
It's like if Devious Dave Rose would sign an exclusive contract with JCS and turn his channel over to me and everything else he ever does, and just sign an exclusive contract to Joe Cronin show. What if Dave did that?
That's true.
What if Dave did that? I wonder if that could happen. Like, I would sign Dave exclusively. Like, you can't go doing anything anywhere. Only on this show. Only with me for 1 year. You know what I mean? I could sign Dave.
Well, money talks.
There you go.
Saying.
I could sign Dave. Exactly.
But anyways, Joe, yeah, like I said, the video that I sent you is basically the comment where they were told by John Laurinaitis, which they put in the promo, that we weren't cosmetically pleasing enough for the company of WWE.
Well, we can all see that comment coming from WWE, but it doesn't make sense because, to me, it's such a contradiction because WWE has always looked for, like, weird-looking, different-looking people. Yep. I mean, these guys look like the juggernaut version of the Bushwhackers.
And they said, even in interviews, dude, you guys hired George the Animal Steel.
Yeah.
You guys hired various different characters that have, like, almost like a look like we do, which is rugged. And yet you're saying we're not cosmetically pleasing for your audience. You know, like what? Your advertisers, what?
Yeah, dude, look at the Dudley Boys. Were they cosmetically pleasing? But again, also it's not that crazy that WWE said this, because even Vince McMahon has a track record of saying this, where you've got to sort of crack through, or someone has to vouch for you or something to get in there, because Vince said this about Mankind. He wouldn't sign Mick Foley.
Until JR got involved and said that.
Right.
Yeah.
They needed an advocate to say, you know what? Like, Triple H would have had to be like, no, I'm signing him. And I bet they were close to signing. I think the controversy thing, they knew about it, and that held them off. But yeah, they should have been signed a long time before. Like, in my opinion.
Not only that, but the fact that Triple H even said in the tweet, you know, when he said, like, you know, these guys were incredible, and, you know, we had our eye on them. I mean, dude, William Regal was really the guy going out there in the cut looking for talent. I mean, I think it was Mark Carrano that found Kofi, but William Regal took it a step further with all this other talent, especially from independents in the States, and basically was in Hunter's ear, was in Vince's ear. You got to sign these guys, and Vince could be hot or cold any given day. So
Right.
depending on what mood he was in, okay, I'll sign this guy. No, I'm not going to sign. Screw him. Blah blah blah. This and that. So he could whatever way he's feeling that day would probably get somebody signed or not signed.
Right.
And they would have to go through the NXT. I mean, dude, freaking Keith Lee got denied like 3 different times before getting to NXT.
Whoa.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that story. This is even during the time when Dusty was alive, you know.
Right.
So just imagine like what he had to go through. But nonetheless, moral of the story is the Briscoes, as I said before, they're probably the best Ring of Honor tag team of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. They
not taking anything away from Jay as a singles either.
Yeah, they really supported that company for a while and kept it. They were the staples, you know. And now it's like, wow, you lost the tag team is gone.
Yeah, and even in that promo that we just saw, Joe, like the one that I sent you, like, you know, even in that promo, Jay's just like, look at the title defenses. Even look at our 2007 run. These guys can back up their claim because the company trusts them that much.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, again, Jay Briscoe held it down, and as well as his brother Mark. But I think, honestly, Jay had a little something special, even when he went for his singles run. Again, I've watched a lot of his promos throughout the week. This dude was gold.
Absolutely.
Like, and even in the comment sections of most of these videos, holy God, everybody's putting them over. So I have nothing bad to say about the Briscoes.
Listen, I would love to stay here even longer and just keep going all night long. You guys know I want to do that, but I have to drive to something at like 6 a.m, and I know that everybody's tired.
We went long tonight. It's long and hard.
We did go long and hard tonight. You're right, Dave.
And I think we did. I think we did a good job tonight. We covered it very well, and this was an event tonight that we all were quite invested in.
Yeah, honestly, I was looking nothing forward than this show literally all day, because throughout the whole week it's just been hurting me, you know, with Jay's death in particular, because like I said, like this hit me very, very hard, and I didn't think I was going to get through this week, but because I watched the show, I did. And I'm proud to say that I'm a wrestling fan. I still am a wrestling fan.
It was a good tribute, and I very much enjoyed it.
Good tribute. Matt Hardy needs to go broken because he sucks. Everybody.
Is Jeff Hardy still in rehab?
Probably he may be gone even longer than we thought.
Yeah.
And especially with something like this, you want to put Jeff Hardy in behind the wheel again, you know? This is the type of stuff we talk about. But thank you to the Ghost from the Coast for this month. He's the top donator of the entire month, except for Allison. Huge. You're right, huge. I think Allison is actually around the same as him, so thank you to Allison. She's not on there because they don't show super chats. The Soundwave 92 in second. The Goon now in third. Shell, Jack, Nick Ross, DWELSH, Axel Bonilla, and, of course, Colonel Stutters and Joel Yates all making the top 10 this month on the donos, plus Allison, Tuckwab. And thank you, Goon, for the $200 bomb. Remember, monetize this episode 400. Happens on February 11th, Saturday night.
So for 3 weeks, there's going to be no monetize this, is what you're saying.
This Saturday night will be the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble stream.
I'll be watching that.
And then next Saturday will be a sort of flashback monetize this show where we have fun reminiscing. And then the next week will be monetize this 400 on February 11th. Part of why I did that is because, first of all, Royal Rumble is this Saturday. Second of all, my kid's birthday party is the 4th. So like I might be, you know what I mean? I have to get up early that next day, so that doesn't really work with Monetize This. So this gives us time to build to episode 400 of Monetize This on February 11th. I hope for you guys to be there. We'll have a good time, and I'll think of some things to hopefully make it somewhat memorable. And we'll relive some of the other landmark Monetize This is like 100, 200, 300, and other ones.
And don't forget 59, where you got completely plastered and you literally wanted to drink something out of a straw.
And I pissed. I drank. Is that the one I drank piss?
I don't remember.
I think that might be the one where I drank piss, and then I tried to, and I put it.
That was the one with the deer.
You need to replay the one where you took edibles.
Oh, man. I don't remember what one that one is either, dude. Hey, if anybody's out there and you happen to be watching old episodes of Monetize This, whatever episode it is, and you have timestamps, dude, drop the timestamps in the comments all the time. Always do that, because
I'll actually, you know what? I'll actually look back at a few episodes that were my favorites, and I'll send you some clips.
And if you send me the numbers, like I'm gonna do my best to find some clips. You know, it's too bad TSS had a ton of great ones, and 2 of them got taken down. But yeah, it's I will do my best to work on some of that if I can. Because you could just pick any one and look at the comments and the timestamps, and you'll find fucking hilarity.
I'll find some in my spare time.
All right. Well, yeah, and much appreciated, man. You guys are the producers, you know. But that being said, let's get out of here. Let's let everybody go to bed, especially everybody's here. Thank you guys for being here to help me out and hanging out. And Devious Dave, thank you, sir. Glad your internet's back on.
Let the Briscoes get the final word tonight.
Yeah, you know what? No. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, I love you. Let's find the timestamp from Monetize This, episode 205.
Little feature.
Skeletor and Rumpelstiltskin gonna be there when we go?
Yeah, I didn't know Erotic Kitty went there.
Looks like Debe's mom.
Oh my God. There's Debe's mom and Erotic Kitty fucking each other. Look at that. They called this Tramps. They should have called it fucking Lesbian Truck Stop. Oh my God. Come with me, Lesbian Truck Stop.
Hey, you'll know you get a blowjob if you go there.
And some good mechanical advice as well. I mean,
it's always a good time, man. What else do we have? Let's see.
Shy God! Shy fucking God! Monetize that! You can monetize that. I'm kinda fat. Tommy NC. Buy me a mask. Tommy NC. I'm kinda fat. Monetize that. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Do you have $150? Buy me a mask. Would you please buy me a mask? Buy me a mask. I can ask. Buy me a mask from Tommy NC, and I'm gonna buy me a mask.
You know, like, because sometimes you crack jokes.
They did get rid of you.
Because you invited a bunch of people. Then you invited like Ken and other people. Like you were like touting her around to show everybody what a good person she is. That was. I mean, I saw all the people that was joining the call, and it was just weird. Yeah. You know what I mean? Tommy, this is James Worley, dude. I'm telling you, it's James Worley, and that's your friend. I'm telling you.
Are you back yet?
I really believe it's James Worley because he's in all the chats. He knows all of Tommy's phone numbers and everything.
Who are?
Let's just pause the donations.
God, I don't know why, but I get really hard when I hear that.
For a minute, it sounded like she was going to jizz in her pants for a moment there.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What does that even mean?
Bro, just went to no man's land.
It's coming up. Monetize this 400. We'll look for some for some clips. Goon, man, seriously, thank you so much, dude, for dropping that $200 bomb. That was nuts. And Allison single-handedly has been keeping the shows alive for the last few weeks. Plus Soundwave 92, man. It's funny because we only had like a few different people donating tonight, but those few people were dropping big stuff. You know what I mean? Like when I do these shows, I hope to try to make 100 or 200 because my bills are so insane that's around what I hope to try to hit. And we didn't have a lot of people donating really tonight, but man, the people that did dropped bombs. So I just thank you so much, guys. Like, I mean, this is fucking crazy. John Doe dropped $10. The Soundwave 92 dropped some big stuff. Soundwave 92, thank you, Soundwave. As always, Soundwave. Allison Tuckwab, she dropped big time stuff. Queef J Strongbow, and then Blair Eliason dropped $20, and then the Goon dropped a $200 bomb, and that was, that's like 4 different people that donated tonight, but dropped a couple people dropped a lot of big ones, and that made a huge difference, man, in keeping this shit alive, so that I don't have to get some second job night shift instead of doing YouTube as the second job. So thank you guys for that. It was very nice of you. I'm just a dumbass on YouTube who talks about wrestling, and you guys are fucking nice enough to do that. Thank you. And that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was supposed to say or do, and I pretty much, I feel a little discombobulated tonight, so I feel like there's going to be stuff tomorrow that I'm going to be like, I meant to talk about this. I don't think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about as far as AEW goes. I think we got sidetracked on a lot of things. Darby Allin's, his run right now. Daniel Bryan's kind of, he's going to win like 10 matches in a row, whatever it is. Like, there's stuff to get into there we didn't quite get into, but, potentially tomorrow we'll get into some of that at some point, whether it's nighttime or early in the morning. I don't know which one, in the afternoon, rather. I don't know if I'll have time to do either one, but at some point, I may come back to some of the stuff from tonight, but I just don't know. I think it was a little bit of a blah night. I know some people loved it. I gave it a 6, and I certainly loved the tribute at the end, and there was some good wrestling in there, but I do like the new AEW stage and setup. I wish the ramp was that big ramp with the things, but I think they only do that on pay-per-views. Does anybody remember that? I think they only do that during pay-per-views, that they have the digital ramp or whatever. So, here's the thing, man. I think that this current guy has reached this legendary status, man. So here's the thing. He fucked with this guy, man. I remember being backstage one night, and the guy was like, listen, Conan, man, I'd like to get your advice on something. And I was, like, blown away because, like, nobody had asked me for any advice, man. Nobody said anything. I don't even think some of the wrestlers knew who I was. I was, like, back there for, like, an hour and a half walking around. A couple people said, hey, K-Dog and stuff like that. But then there was these guys just in the room, like, they didn't even say, like, what's up or hey, what's going on. And then I was really surprised when all of a sudden, like, man, it was Hook that came up to me, man. He was like, hey, I really like it if I could get a couple of pointers from you about promos and things, because I really respect you on the promo, and everything you say verbally is so good. And my father, obviously told me how great you are too. But I've been listening to you, and man, if you could listen to some of my promos and tell me what the fuck I'm doing. And so I said to Hook, I said, listen, man, you look like a faggot, and so get away from me. And he was like, whoa. He was like, what do you mean? Are you just like a joke or something? And I'm like, no, man, you look gay. And so I told him to get away from me. And then Hook was like, man, I was really serious. Like, I was asking you for advice, man. I really respect you. And then I said, yeah, that's fine. You respect me, but you look like a Barbie doll that gets fucked, And then he was like, man, what the fuck? All right. Like, and he left crying. And I knew then that he didn't have what it takes to be a wrestler, because a real man and alpha would have been like, you know what? Fuck, what the fuck, man? I want to learn from you. And he would have persisted. But Hook didn't do that, man. He like backed down or something. He got discouraged and like insulted, and he left after only the third no, So that tells me he doesn't really have a... What the fuck am I doing, bro? I don't know. Sorry. All right, good night, everybody. The Goon. Thank you, Goon, and everybody else who donated and hit that like button. If you could only subscribe, that's cool, too. We need all the subscribers. Don't miss my daily wrestling videos, live streams, podcasts, and all the bullshit that goes down. Plus, the Goon. Plus, tomorrow night, man, you know the deal. And then Friday night is Throwdown. Saturday night, Monetize This. It's happening. And we shall see you tomorrow.
You just made the list.
You just made the fucking list, brother.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter is fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin because it's just so fucking sad.
For all y'all nerds on the internet, go back and check the title defenses. See how many successful title defenses they've had. Compare that to our 07 reign, back when we revolutionized the sport of tag team wrestling. Check that. Check the title defenses. Numbers don't lie, boy. Kings of Wrestling ain't got shit on us. Day one, son. And then finally in that last corner, you got the All Night Express.
Couple pretty boy punk.
Pretty boy pussy ass bitches. We done beat them in a street fight. Done beat them in a first blood match. They think they big boys. Try and run with the big dogs. Y'all boys better stay on the porch. We done warned y'all boys. All Night Express, Kenny King, Las Vegas, my ass. You kiss my ass. Las Vegas. Red Titus. Shit. Man, back in the day when we was in Murphy Rec tearing the house down against AJ Styles and Amazing Red, Red Titus was still in grade school. Young boy. Huh? You talking to the vets right here, boy. When we was tearing the house down against CM Punk and Colt Cabana, that bitch was in recess. Huh? Huh? Shit, day one. Y'all must have forgot. Day one. ROH is getting ready to enter a new chapter. We got to be the face of the company. Have to be, man. Have to be. I mean, I know it sounds cliche and shit, but losing is not an option. Losing ain't no option. 20 years from now, you're gonna open up the ROH history books, and on the first page, the very first page, you're gonna see a picture of the Briscoes.